20 cranks per inch, dude.
Just like me.
So clearly we got something going on here. That is pretty big.
Yeah, dude. This thing makes like 220-ish.
Damn, this was like a really clean S13.
Oh yeah.
This
So,
thing got 20 strokes per minute, dude, or per inch.
It's got a little more than that.
Is that covered, or is that actually the shape of it?
No, that's actual carbon. Yeah.
Wow. What do you call this place?
Well, it's a hybrid. You know, we got Munson Motorsports over here, and then we have Munson Auto on the other side. But right now
it's
we've
really
got,
kind of the same. No?
Yeah, I mean, it started as one entity, and now it's two.
Got tired of
Did
working
this.
on regular shit.
Yeah, rusty Subarus ain't it.
Ain't it?
Ain't it?
Timing belts and head gaskets.
Yeah. There's a lot of money in brakes and shit, though, which is, you know.
But the head gaskets, do
That's
they not
fine.
blow them up here because it's not hot?
No, they still do. All the time. All the time. But yeah, it's getting good. I do them in the car.
How do the head gaskets blow when they're only this? The head gaskets
They don't
only
even
this
blow,
big.
dude. They just leak.
They just leak.
Yeah, they just leak and then.
Blue Devil. Why don't you just Blue
Well,
Devil?
most of them on the cars that we did, all like our 2005 to 9-ish Outbacks, right? They would all just leak oil externally. So it was just a mess all the time, and it just coated the whole car.
Oh, they just in Florida they just blow head gaskets.
Well, yeah, it's hot down.
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
Fucking gators and shit.
Like, you know, Subaru's only making motors like that for like 20 years and they still can't do it.
Right.
They had to put it in a Toyota to make it work.
Those don't work either.
They blow up.
Yeah.
They don't blow head gaskets though.
No, but they just blow up.
Yeah, but that's different. That's a mechanical problem. Like the head gasket thing is stupid.
Yep.
It's like, oh, you built an engine that just detonates itself so the head gasket blows up all the time.
You just gotta put a little nylon rubber washer under the knock sensor. You're good to go.
Little washer. Just a little resistor in there so it doesn't send all the knocks. Just a couple.
Quit giving away my secrets. You know?
Anyway,
Yeah.
it's Tanner Munson.
Yep.
Not all these
Hello.
shop tours got to be these huge, massive shops. Some of the cool stuff is built just in kind of a, I don't want to use the term home garage, but it's pretty.
But yeah, it
pretty
pretty
home
much
garage.
is, right? That's what
Yeah.
it started as. Like, Dad and his buddies built this shop in 78 or something like that. Like, they literally screeded this floor with a giant, like, screwed together 3 times over 2x4 with 10 dudes pulling the thing
Hell
out.
yeah.
I believe it.
It was cool.
Yeah,
Like,
it's cool.
he's got Polaroid somewhere of it all.
Sick.
But yeah, we've talked about that before. Of like the stuff that you see that comes out of small shops in the middle of nowhere
Yeah.
is sometimes
We're
just
in the middle of
incredibly
nowhere.
impressive. Yeah,
We were literally driving here. I've been here multiple times, but I was like, how did he even get into drifting and find drifting
yeah.
back in 2000?
2009 would have been my first event
2009,
down
okay.
at Star Speedway.
I don't know what that is.
It was this tiny little oval track in New Hampshire, just outside Epping. Like same road, I think, as Epping Dragway or drag strip, whatever.
Sure.
But yeah, high school project. There's probably a picture of the hatch on the wall back there. But high school project was V8 swapping that thing, and
Yeah.
I didn't want to go and like wreck that because it was beautiful. And then I got rear-ended at a stoplight. Needed parts to fix it. That guy ended up running events in New Hampshire. He's like, "Oh, you gotta come down and check it out." So I went to a couple. Ryan Turek ended up being there at one of them with his 1J. No, it was SR back then.
Yeah.
His black hatch.
Yeah.
And he was the only dude that like showed up and came out of the bank low and then linked the whole thing to the other
Straight
one.
away,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was
Sick.
sick. So then, yeah, just escalated from there. And
Then he
like,
put a
called
cowl
those-
hood on his S13.
It always had the cowl ever since it had a V8. Thank
Always
you.
had the
There's
cowl.
pictures, dude.
Oh, I
All
remember
over.
the cowl
Yeah.
very much.
Yep, everyone remembers it. I was the first.
You were the first
Yep, that's right.
to drift a car with a cowl, and hopefully the last.
Nope. It looked decent on the
Who has
hatch.
a cowl now?
There's actually a lot of them. Not a lot, but there's been
Maybe
several.
some Mustang drift dudes.
Nope, there were a couple S13s out like Ohio way that did it. There's one or two in Canada.
Checks out.
Yeah, yeah. Harsh.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, I feel it. Do you know how hard it was for me to find a fiberglass hood for my Mustang?
That didn't
That
have,
didn't
a
have a
cowl,
cowl?
or the big nostrils.
When I called them and told them, I said, "Oh, you make it? I want 2 of them." They're like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, no, surely you want like a 3 or 2.5 inch or something small." I said, "No, I just want the stock cowl. It says you make it." They're like, "We've never actually made one before." This is a company that's been in business for like 40
They're
years.
like, yeah,
man.
we gotta go find that mold. We don't
Well,
even
they
know
had to know.
anything.
Yeah, they did. They made them, and it looks like the mold was brand new because they're perfect.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I'm the only one with a non-cow because
Yeah.
everyone's like, gotta have the cow, bro. The
You
same
need that
sleeveless
extra induction,
shirts,
dude.
cut off shirts,
You know
cow
that,
induction.
right? Though, so everyone, well, that's got a fake one on it, but everyone has that. Like,
That's got a cow on it.
no, it's the origin venti deal
Okay,
thing.
with the little flary thing.
Yeah, but like everyone
Yeah.
did the origin vent, right? When I'm on grid, dude, same thing. Big hole, letting all the heat out. Who cares?
I care. It looks silly.
That thing was sick.
It looks silly. Look at this.
No, it's great because also, anytime you
This
come over,
does not look good.
no, it look actually the gold one looks kind of tough. You can't tell me that doesn't look kind of tough.
What is going on
Yeah,
I
here?
can tell you it doesn't look kind
It looks kind of tough. That hood went on like 4 different cars.
There's Vern right there, dude. And
Yeah.
Miro.
Yeah.
Throwbacks. Miro
Another
there,
couple
too.
of them,
Yep. Look at Young Munson, dude, the
Yeah.
rapper.
Nick.
Holding up $7.
I don't remember that. I know that was one of Tony's.
Nick,
guys.
and who is this?
What was his name? Fast and
Is that
Furious
Dan?
15. No.
No.
What was that guy's name?
Oh, Predmore.
Yes.
Matt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at
Yep.
young Tanner, dude. How old were you in this photo?
That would be 2011. So that would have been 20.
And they got Larry in the back. He's wearing the same shirt today.
Yeah. You're not even lying. No joke.
He was mowing the lawn in that shirt. I saw it.
No fooling.
Then you got Wilkerson,
Yep.
Chris.
Forsberg, Tony.
Yep, Tony.
I can't see.
I
My
can't
eyes are
see
shot.
who else is there. That's funny. Is that me with the hat on right there? Next to Will? Could
Maybe.
be. XDC days, bro.
Right.
Then you went to Canada and ran shit for a little while.
Yep. Tried to. And then Jeff, old Jeffrey Stone back there.
stand back. I just drove with him last weekend. 2
Yep.
weekends ago.
Yep.
Yeah. And we also tried to drive a hot, but he broke his car. or
Right. I was
did
just
something.
noticing Dad must have broke this the other day. That's cool.
Oh, dang.
Boy, just over here.
Wait,
getting it
what?
with the
How does
tires.
this even work?
What do you mean?
How does this work?
Well, you take a wheel, right? And you put a wheel and a
No, I
tire on
understand
here.
that, but how does the wheel stay on?
You just hold it down with your hand. You gotta pop this bad boy
Oh, and it holds a hub board.
in there.
I've never seen a time machine like this in my life.
Well, you know, we got that upper class stuff up here you're not used to.
I've just only ever seen the rim clamp tight.
Yeah, this so you don't scratch the wheel up. Like
What
you
happens when you have like a
degenerate.
dually wheel to do? Oh,
You throw on the adapter,
I see
dog.
now. I
Look
see.
how beat that thing is.
Yeah,
That's
she's
all
done some
advanced he's
dualies.
doing. Yeah.
The Vans.
You got your bead blaster in case
yeah,
you want to bead
yeah.
blast.
I do
with
like
it?
this.
Well,
I
if
do
you
like
want to go to
this.
the back of the shop with it, you know, you can you do whatever you want back there.
Dude. Ooh, what a...
It's not gonna do anything.
Oh, no.
You gotta push the foot pedal too.
Oh, okay. I was like ready for it to... An
And then
elephant
he's
trunk
got arms
around.
that he never uses, all bungee
Yeah,
up,
bungee up.
dude.
No, but realistically, like, you don't...
No,
You know,
yeah.
you just need one assist arm.
Yeah. His favorite's the lift, though.
Yeah, so you don't have to lift it up.
That's right.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yep.
I've just never even used one of these type machines in my life, but it makes sense. It won't
It's
fuck
really
the
nice.
wheel up that
Yeah.
way.
The only thing you have to get used to if you've never used one of these is when you actually pull the bar over, you don't punch that center thing, tear your hand all up.
yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
So you just gotta skirt it.
Around it.
Pull up, skirt.
Yeah.
Skirt. Yep.
Okay.
The Hoffman Monty. Same thing. It's all Snap On and Jim Beam and Hoffman are all the same thing.
Jimmy
just a
Beam.
different sticker
dude.
on them.
I don't know.
Yep.
I don't know. The rollers on there.
Oh,
this
yeah.
is a
Squeaking.
game changer. It actually adds time, but it
Yes.
saves your back.
Yeah, big time. Well, this has the 2-speed motor too.
Yeah. I got the 2-speed too.
Doesn't look fast there at all,
Second
but it's
speed
actually
gets you
kind
in
of quick,
trouble,
you know.
dude. Mine on the second
Yeah.
speed sometimes.
Yep.
Gotta control yourself, dude. Shit could get out of hand.
Yeah.
Rip a bead. Cause
Yeah, the
you
tire
some problem.
stuff is huge up here, obviously because of winter and whatnot.
Yeah, snow
and,
tire stuff, right?
well, yeah.
Swapping back and forth.
That's why the shop's so dusty all the time because it's like you're always pulling dirt road stuff in. It's blowing dirt and shit
Yeah, same.
everywhere. Just
Same.
rough.
Dirt road problems.
Yeah.
Feel you.
Yep.
All right, so what's this thing?
This
So-
is a 1983 Ford Fairmont Futura. So,
So-
this is the Sport Edition.
This is like the
If
Men
you
in
weren't
Black
aware.
thing when you're like, all this money and we're gonna drive a Ford POS.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, this is what it is. Number
Well-
one, these things are old school, dude.
Yeah. That's real cost.
Oh, I know. Beams, dude. Talking about Jimmy Beams.
Something. Yeah.
All right, so
Solars.
So
Only
sedan.
Z-rated tire I could find in this oddball size.
Yeah, those are the closet sticky tires right there. Dude.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good one.
So there was a time where I could get these for the drift car for like $45 a piece.
yes, they're pretty good.
Whew.
For the money, they're pretty good.
Yep.
All right,
This
so
is
so
customer-
clearly we got something going on here.
Yeah, kind of.
Clearly we got something going on
That
here.
should be black, but
Yeah, you should probably paint that so it matches the wheels, dude.
well,
That's
The Jag-
relatively
so this is a Futura.
Fairmont Futura.
Okay.
2 names.
Two.
2 names.
Not two.
Yeah. Customer's rig, longtime high school friend. He's
Okay.
always had Fords forever.
Bench seat.
Yep. 9.98 at 148 in the bench.
Well, now we know something's going on under the hood.
Yeah.
It's all the exhaust.
Yeah. Yep.
He was like, "Oh, it's gonna be a sleeper." I'm like, "Not so much a sleeper." Woo-wee!
A little bit of a big boy.
Oh my.
Yeah, that's a 80.
Yeah, it's just an 80 clones, VS racing unit.
Got it.
Race cover, billet wheel, that whole bit.
Damn, all the boost control solenoids.
Yeah, so CO2 for
Right
the dome.
by the exhaust.
No. Well, yeah. They've been fine so far, but that will
Okay.
be Cerakoted like everything else.
Got it.
But this
I was
is
wondering that. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a new exhaust system I built not too long ago. So my buddy Peter at Green Mountain Customs does all my heavy fab stuff.
Okay.
So like super intricate stuff, roll cages, things like that.
Ooh, and recirced wastegate.
Yeah, well, to the 4-inch that's this long.
Yeah, but still, that's cool.
Yeah, somewhat. We can put it up and go over all that shit too. But yeah, so this came back to have more exhaust work done because it was originally just the 4-inch fender dump. And the guy lives in a little bit of a neighborhood, and cops had already bugged him once about like, why does the exhaust come out over there?
Yeah.
That whole bit. So he's like, can we like make it quiet? Like, what if I get a cutout? And I'm like, good luck with
Yeah,
electric
they all
cutouts. So it has a little bit of bleed by. This has a 4-inch cutout from loud valves that's run off of the CO2 system, like the
Got
dome.
it.
So basically, it's closed all the time till we flip the switch. Mac valve's pulse opens the gate, comes out the 4-inch. Off we go.
Got it. So it has
So-
a regular exhaust? too?
Yeah, so you can barely see it poking right here. It has a 2.5-inch fully catted, resonated, and muffled system
Understood.
underneath, so that he can go and get a state inspection, hopefully.
Oh,
And
it's
drive
catted and everything?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's really quiet.
So all of it bypasses here still then? Or there's a valve?
What's that?
It
There's
does
a big
have a valve.
cutout. Yeah, there's a
Okay,
big
yeah,
4-inch
yeah. We'll have
cutout
to
just
look
under
at
here.
it.
Yeah, exactly. But there's a big cutout that's normally closed, so it's
Got it.
always quiet until we want it to make noise, and you hit the
Okay.
button and it opens it up.
So iron block.
Yep, iron block, $575 LY6 from a work truck.
Stock.
Stock bottom end,
Head
heads have been
gasket.
cleaned up. They've been milled slightly, not a lot, just basically a skim coat to clean them up. Brian Tooley turbo cam. I want to say it's a stage 2, maybe a 3. I don't remember off the top of my head. Usual valve train stuff. Nothing too incredibly crazy. Just really good hot side that Peter made that is,
And
equal
lots of
length.
boost.
No, 24 pounds.
I mean, that's a lot.
24 point
Stock motor.
Yeah. E60, 61, 62% blend. That's what we're running right now.
Is
20
that because the injectors aren't big enough to run more, or that's all you need?
They're getting there. They're getting to their limit.
Got it.
But
What are they? So they're probably
1440s.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah, 24.8.
Oh yeah, you're there.
Yeah.
Close.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's 1,040. You said
1051.
51.
920.
through the auto.
Yeah.
So
4
this
LED.
makes like 1,400 at the crank.
Yeah.
What?
Interrupting him.
Sorry, I'm like doing
He's so
the math
curious.
in my head.
I'll start calling you Curious George, dude.
Dude, I'm curious. So yeah, but that what I was saying was it's like almost 1,500 at the crank probably.
Yeah. Yep.
So it is out of injector.
It's right there. We were at 1,051. Call it 25 pounds of boost. We were at like 89% duty cycle. So we're right there.
That's all of it.
Yeah. Well, 105's all.
You just gotta put regular gas in and turn the boost up. Not regular as in 93.
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
meant non-ethanol
Right.
or oxygenated
Yeah.
gas.
Yep.
So you said 9.
998 off the foot brake. No trans
Okay.
brake, no two-step. That
What
was
was
literally
60 foot?
terrible.
Yeah.
1.6 or 1.7 or
That's not
something
that
like that.
bad.
Off the,
Not
dude,
that
it's
bad.
just rolling off the line, you know?
Yeah.
But,
But like this is not light either, probably.
That
Not
wasn't
that
on
heavy.
this. That wasn't on this workup. That
Okay.
was way. So on that workup, roughly we made about 850, 860.
Okay.
So yeah, we just did all that dyno stuff on Monday, 4 days ago.
Dude, the top end of the track, this thing's aerodynamically challenged, bud.
Mm-hmm.
It needs a lot more power at the top end than like a Corvette, bud.
Yeah, but now, if we can get it to actually leave a little bit harder,
Yeah.
we're gonna need. I mean, we're already at the point where we need to shoot.
But what's the deal with the rear end then? We should just go up with the car.
You wanna
Hold
go
on,
up?
let's keep going. So 5.3, 1,050.
6 liter,
Oh, I thought you said 5.3. No,
Nope.
6 liter.
$575.
Oh,
6
right.
liter.
See, I'm lost. Already.
Yeah. So I'll just go over it quick.
Cliff
417 Motorsports, water manifold. I love those. There's other systems out there, tubes and whatever. That thing
Electric
works great.
pump.
Yep. Davis Craig, whatever, however you want to say it.
Yep.
Electric pump, decent line routing, whatever. Nice dual pass radiator. C7 PWM fan run through the Holly. I hate seeing traditional fans now with a big motor and a big ass relay and
Oh
all
yeah,
that.
it's dumb.
So stupid.
And the
It's
amperage
2024.
cool.
Throw that shit in the trash.
Yeah, I have PWM on everything.
Yeah. There's no reason not to be running that. Anyway.
And they're cheap.
yeah.
I don't know about that, but
This
like
thing,
the fan I
Scott,
run is
dude.
$300.
I'm gonna throw it out. Skog and Dickey. They're like $400,
Yeah.
and it flows more air than pretty much anyone's gonna need to flow.
Yeah. Especially for something like this.
Yeah. Manual rack, war speed bracket for the alternator down there. Big motion overdrive, pulley, underdrive.
I just had an epiphany. This is a Fox body Mustang.
Yeah. Just it's a little bit longer. This is what you
No,
should.
like,
This is
this-
actually what you should have started with.
I just realized this.
Yeah. Yeah. Your brain just broke.
Well, it did because I'm like, wait, this is a Fox body.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, so that was why. So Oliver, owner of the car, has always been a Ford guy, like Ford family, Mustangs. His dad has a GT350. I don't know if he had a GT or if he got rid of it or was thinking about it. Either way, always been Ford. They used Ford motors for a while. Realized, wanted to build this.
Yeah.
So he brought
You're
it
like,
over here.
perfect.
Yep,
I like Chevy stuff.
that's right. Well, he knew I'd been swapping stuff forever and built some crazy stuff. So he's like, here you go.
Well, it
Let's
fits
do this.
nice too. Although, I mean,
Yeah, you
the
can't beat
Ford
the package.
pushrod motor is small still, but like the other options, like a Coyote and the other ones, are just so big and wide. They do make good power turbo though,
Yeah,
and they rev.
yeah. They got too many cams though. You don't need all them fucking cams spinning around in there.
That's how you rev it.
Bah.
If you had a Coyote with the same amount of boost on this motor, it would
Yeah.
make way more power.
Yeah. Not as reliable.
Just saying.
though.
And you can bolt a 10-speed to it.
You don't need all them speeds. It's just like cams.
More
you don't need all them
cams,
speeds.
more speeds.
No.
I don't need the speeds for drifting. I just need
Right.
one gear.
Yeah.
Third, fourth. That's it.
Well, that's 2 gears.
Straightaway gear, drift gear. Only one drift gear.
2 gears.
Anyways,
Power.
so
you might as well run a power
this
glide.
it's probably not that heavy. This thing, yeah,
30
Power Glide drift car. That's actually a thought I've
3,100 and
had.
change without him in it, as
Okay.
it sits. Iron
Okay.
block, all the glass.
Oh yeah,
Bench
so
seat,
it's
all that.
it's still very Fox body then.
Yeah.
What's the wheelbase?
I don't know.
Long.
You're the wheelbase guy.
Let's
Let
measure
me
it.
get the trunk open
Let's
here.
measure it. You got tape?
Yeah, on above my
Hold on, let me get my binoculars ready. 113.5. 113.5.
By my miscellaneous water containers.
Right here.
Yep. You like that little
Hold
mount,
on. I do like the mount. Is that a swag boy? Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, it's, dude, God spec, bro. 106 and a half. She's a E36, bud.
Told you this is what you should have started with.
Oh, I blew it. Should have got a Fairmont,
Back
bud.
on Marketplace, there's a 2-tone version of it an hour away.
We could just bolt that K-member in and go.
Literally.
What's in the back? 8.8?
Moser, baby.
But 8.8.
I don't remember.
Let's look.
It's been a while. It has been
Damn. 106 wheelbase Fox body, and we could give ride-alongs. No one would want to ride in this.
Well, you can get.
It's not cool enough for the normal person. It's cool to us. Dude, the truth, bud. The truth. We call that, when you get a lot of anti-squat, you call that suspension travel, not droop. Oh, I didn't even notice this.
Yeah, I forgot. We'll show
Stock
that.
filler neck, too.
Yeah.
Like that.
Tanner casually goes, I forgot about this.
Forget about a lot when you
Right,
keep
this
building
kinda-
stuff and it's been a while and yeah. Flex fuel. If people don't get the biceps,
the
dude,
whole
that's
Fox
from
body.
It's Always Sunny.
Oh.
That's what they look
yeah.
like.
Yeah, that's
Because it's
sure.
biceps.
They're biceps.
It's biceps
not,
flexing.
not dicks.
Yeah.
They're definitely, those are dicks.
No, dude, it's fuck.
How much does that one weigh?
Those are all.
Yo,
up
this
for
is 100% A Fox body.
Did you not know that?
No, the shock mounts.
Yeah.
Everything.
That's why. That's why Oliver built this.
The rear
because-
suspension.
Yeah, it's
Everything.
literally Fox. It's just stretched a little in the middle. You blew
Yeah,
it.
so sleeper, but we got this here. This
Yeah.
doesn't help. You should paint match this.
Well, did you see the sticker, dude?
Senior driver.
Yeah.
Love that.
They're never gonna know.
This, what is this?
Hey, key that on real quick.
Oh God, here we go. The sound of it. You got one of those fancy relays for the fuel pump.
Yeah.
Like it. It's good.
Yeah, I use those leash relays a lot.
I just put one on the Fox body. You told me to get one.
Yeah, yeah,
I
they
used
just
it for
work
my
really well.
My fan, because the ECU I'm not using the pulse width modulation right now,
Yeah.
and I needed something more powerful and could take some, so I tried that.
Yeah, they're really affordable. They're 70 amp. You know, they're awesome. They're potted and everything. They're great.
Yeah, it's sick.
Can't beat those.
It's cool.
But, yeah, we'll go up so you can realize that you should have built one of these.
Jack. Stowage.
I haven't been under here since Monday when we made 1050, so I'm
Dude,
trying to check it over quick.
this is the exact same suspension as the Fox body.
Yeah.
It's the same as my
can't
car.
believe- I can't believe you of all people didn't know that.
I don't research these things, dude.
Dude's got donkey.
Who did the
brains.
chassis on this?
So Peter built all these because
Okay.
we bought some for a Mustang that didn't fit at
Yeah.
all because it's longer and whatever. So
Right.
he made all of these, trans mount, all that stuff, and then I did like little fuel brackets and all the fuel. I did all the plumbing, wiring, this latest exhaust.
That's the
It's a
cutest
combo.
exhaust ever.
Yeah, it's super quiet. It's
I'm
so
sure.
nice. Yeah.
It probably loses about 400 horsepower.
Yeah, you can't really make boost
Yeah.
when you're in the quiet mode.
In the quiet mode.
But, you know, it's all right.
So 8.8.
Yep, big Moser unit. Oliver ordered and spec'd all that. I just installed it. So I
Is
don't...
it a spool or no?
No.
No.
I think it's a True Track, if
Okay.
I remember right.
Cool. Yep.
The
Oh, yeah.
stickies.
Cool. Mm-hmm. No anti-squat brackets.
Sad.
It's got more than the Mustang though. I feel like this is far.
It's a whole Moser unit. It's like
they weld this on then.
yeah, it's like their factory replacement plus modifications, and
Got
it's
it.
braced and whatever.
Yeah, this is cool.
Yeah.
So like I should have put this on my car because I've cut and towed my axle and shit.
Yep.
And it would have been nice to have this to help A with the adjustment of that.
Right.
And B to help hold it.
Yep.
Because the first thing you do when you make a shitload of power on these is the axle tries to bend itself back and put toe out in it. So this helps stop that.
Yep. But like you know, the tubes are fully welded on this bad boy
Yeah.
and all that stuff. Some of the stuff is Team Z that doesn't directly fit this housing,
was
so I
gonna
had
say
to
that's-
open up some holes and modify some stuff here and there. But
Yeah.
big fuel cooler, 20-gallon cell, magnet fuel pump. The pump has surprisingly been keeping up with the injector, so I was like,
Old school, bro.
yeah, yep.
10
Noisy
AM
boy.
lines.
12 feet,
I was going to
10s.
say they are 12, right?
Well, yeah, 12, 10.
They look bigger. I said 10,
Yeah.
but I was thinking it does look bigger than
Yeah, and then 10 all the way up to the feet, or the Y up there, and then dual 8s.
cooler.
Yep, yeah, trans-cooler fan, thermostat in it. No thermostat, controlled off the Holly. $60 Monroe's, dude.
Yeah.
It's a shock right there.
Shocking.
Shut up.
This has always trips me out because, like,
What's up?
drag cars, you're just like, I could just make my own fuel tank. It's fine. We don't need anything that's
Right.
SFI. Or
Correct.
anything.
It's just a square.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the fuel's only going to come out the back anyway. That's why it's sumped there.
Yep.
What are these little cuties for?
So
One's the axle.
Yeah, one's the axle, and the other's the trans vent that I ran all the way back through. Because I
Got
didn't
it.
want it, because, again, right? So this whole build was proof of concept in terms of the engine, trans, and turbo. He didn't want to go crazy on those in case it blew up or didn't work or it wasn't fast or whatever.
Yeah.
So we got junkyard budget engine. We have a $1,500 4L80 from a guy 2
4L80.
towns over. He brings it out in a Ford Racing blue wheelbarrow. Literally right from the bottom of his house in a wheelbarrow.
Small town vibes.
We're like, all right, hell yeah. So we're talking to that guy about the trans. We're like, we're going to put like 800-900 horsepower through this thing. And he's like, yeah. And we're like, we're going to break it. And he's like, you won't break that. And we're like, buddy, we're not going to blame you. Like, we don't care. We're just telling you, like, what can we do or what do you think is going to let go first? And he's like, how much car weigh? We're like, I don't know, 3,000 pounds, something like that. And he goes, you're not gonna hurt that.
The other
like,
thing is-
he's like, these are in dump trucks. We're like, all right.
The other thing is, it's like those people that are like, oh, most people that go to him and say I have 800 horsepower
Right.
really have 500.
Yeah.
But you're actually at 1,000.
Yeah. He's like, I build these for mud trucks. They're fine.
Yeah.
We're like, okay, but we're gonna break it at some point.
That's an argument that like Hurt and I were having the other day. He's like, well, I don't understand why motors are blowing up. Like they're meant to haul around a 8,000 pound truck and this and that. I'm like, yeah, but you're drifting it with a turbo on it. It's not the same. Like cruising steady.
But there's also something to be said for those guys that have been doing it their whole life.
Oh,
like
yeah.
this trans guy in the drive
Clearly.
shaft. Like, same thing with the drive shaft, right? It's kind of long. So we're like, all right,
One piece.
Yeah, terminal velocity, what are we looking at? Whatever.
Right.
We call one shop and they're like freaked out. They're like, no, you're going to need a 4-inch. And we're like, huh? And this thing, dude? Come on, right?
Yeah, right.
So then we call this other guy and he's like, Mr. Drive Shaft down in New Jersey. Great guy. He's the only one I use now. And call him and he's like, yeah, I'm kind of busy. I'll probably have it out Friday. It's on like a Tuesday.
Yeah,
we're like,
perfect.
all right.
Sounds good.
He's like, all right, I'll call you when it's done. We're like, hold on, what size are you gonna, like, what material? Can we do aluminum? He's like, yeah, sure, that length, yeah, probably like 3.5.
Yeah.
We're like, all right, like, we're gonna put like 900 horsepower through this thing. And he's like, so?
Let's throw it on.
We're like, all right.
yeah.
But still, it's just funny. The experienced guys just don't care.
Aren't
They're
worried.
like, yeah, they're like, yeah, go ahead. We're
Yeah,
you're
well,
gonna have
'cause
shit
they-
all over your hat, dude. Watch out.
Oh my god, I love that.
Lift goo.
Lift goo. So this is the
watch
cutest
that.
exhaust. So
You love it.
not making any boost on that.
No,
But
I mean, you can make like 1.5 pounds, but it's not happy. You start smelling like cat and whatever.
yeah.
But yeah.
But it's good. So if, in theory, you should be able to pass
yeah.
in our
On
inspection.
paper, yeah.
Yeah.
The only questionable part is that it's like kind of sort of behind the passenger cabin, but not all the way. So that's why I V-banded this in case I have to make a full.
Oh, they have a
tailpipe.
requirement for that?
Yeah.
They're gonna look at this car and be like, it's fine.
Depends on where you go.
Or the opposite, maybe.
Right. They're gonna be like, damn, this thing's sick. Here you go.
So content sensor with the bypass.
Yep. Yeah, Motion Raceworks unit.
Yep. And then, yeah, these chassis stiffeners are pretty nice.
Mhm.
And the torque
Dude,
box.
Peter.
dealios.
Yeah, Peter's a wizard.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Sounds like I should just send the car to him to get done.
Yep. Yeah.
Just for this chassis stuff, because
Yeah.
my problem is I did all this, but I did it with the cage.
Yep.
So like the door bars are welded all the way down the whole length to
Yeah.
the body, and some other things, but I can still feel like between the shock towers, the thing flexes so much.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's kind of whatever,
Yep.
but it still sucks.
Yeah.
If I was gonna build another Mustang that was like a more like pro deal,
Mm-hmm.
I would definitely need to do this chassis stiffening, but like FD and most of the people would freak out when they see
Right,
this.
exactly.
So it's kind of a balance.
It's nice doing cars that you don't have to worry about that stupid rule book.
Yeah, oh,
You know?
dude, that's why I have tubular K-member and all this shit.
Yeah. So that's the thing. Like you're freaking out. You're like, it's a Mustang. It is. So that's
It really is.
why Oliver went with this, because it's like all the suspension stuff we can just buy from a catalog and throw it in.
Yeah, it's all Team
Which-
Z, it looks like.
You say that, but it never goes that way.
No, but it should have bolted in and stuff.
Yeah, for the most part. Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, so yeah, so you were saying 4L80
Mm-hmm.
and a
Very-
like a billet converter, probably.
Yeah, nice triple disc Circle D
Yeah,
lock-up boy.
yeah.
Which we did have to start locking it around the 900 mark. It started to have a little more slip than we wanted to see.
Right.
So we're like, all right, we're just going to start locking it.
But you're moving by then. So
Yeah.
it's-
That's the thing. You start playing with that window of when to lock it so that you don't hit it too early and load it, and then it just, like, we did it a couple times when I was dialing it in, where you hit it too early and it just flattens right out and stays there.
It
It
takes
won't
a
keep
second.
climbing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you got to kind of,
Huh.
you have a somewhat small window where to lock that depending on gear and whatnot.
And that's like you're playing the torque curve and the boost curve
Correct.
with the converter.
Yep.
Got it.
Yep.
Huh. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so all Team Z, K-member.
Yep.
They obviously
Arms,
sell it
everything.
with LS mounts already.
Yep. All
And it looks
solid.
like you didn't
Yes.
have to modify those.
No, all of that stuff went in pretty damn good.
So hot side, cool.
Yep.
Looks
Yeah, we're
nice.
having some Cerakote flake issues here.
Yeah, I
and
was
I don't
looking
know
at
if
that.
that was prep or what, because obviously it's supposed to be chemical resistant, so I'm kind of assuming it has to be prep. But yeah, I don't really know what's
The
going on.
stuff
with that.
works though.
Oh, it's incredible.
Yeah.
We would run it on the dyno and let it cool for like 3 minutes and start pulling a plug, and you're fine.
Yeah.
I mean, ethanol, some of it, but
Yeah, but
it's
still,
really
making
impressive. Yeah,
EGTs
exactly.
are the ethanol's only a little bit cooler
Yeah.
with that.
But it is very impressive stuff. So yeah, the rest of this will get Cerakoted as well. And you asked earlier about the color of this. It's because it's a tight radius instead of a standard.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah.
So this is what I was looking at. So I was like, oh, he's recircling it. But where I was actually looking was where the exhaust comes off.
Yeah.
To do that.
Yep.
So you've recircled the gate, which is smart too, because now, you know, it obviously will flow a lot more that way. The boost control and the recirc shit, even if it's short, works
It's kind of
better.
funny that the wastegate is 2.5 inch, which is the same size as the quiet exhaust.
Yeah. Right. That's cool. So, and then push lock for all the fittings for that stuff.
Yep, yeah, everything except for the, like, I call it a wastegate diaphragm that's on this cutout. That has a regular vibrant vacuum hose on it because there's no real way to attach a push lock
Got it.
to that. It doesn't even really have a
Also,
barb
if
on
it
it.
failed, it's failing in the right direction
Yeah.
for that. Like
Yeah.
it would be failing open.
No,
right?
it fails closed.
Oh,
It's
it fails
normally
closed.
closed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's normally closed. So when the car starts, you'll hear the vent MAC valve for that system pulse.
Oh, pulse.
Because it bleeds off the pressure, so it's closed on startup.
Got it.
And then if you want it open, you hit the switch. The Holly goes, pulses the feed line, opens that up.
Got
and
it.
then you've got your 4-inch fender dome.
All
Yep.
of it.
Yeah, exactly.
From, yeah, it's probably like a 400 horsepower bump the minute that thing opens.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, on gate, which is 2.5 pound spring, made like 420, 430 ish.
wait, so 2.5 pound spring, and you were able to get to 25 pounds?
Yeah, CO2.
Oh, on the top of the gate.
Yep.
Got it. Okay.
Yep.
Makes sense now. I
Yeah,
was
so that's why
confused
there's
on
that's why there's 4 MAC valves. 2 run the wastegate,
Yeah.
and 2 run that cutout in the exhaust, and they're all tied into the same bottle feed.
You mentioned that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying
A
now.
lot to take in, you know.
Well, my thing is like I never put a wastegate spring in a car that's like less than 20 pounds.
Yeah.
Because I'm never
But
gonna
you're not
run.
running CO2 either.
No, I'm not.
Right.
And the CO2 to the top of the gate gives you a lot more control.
Oh,
on
it's
it.
amazing.
Also, you can use that for your traction control. You can use that for
Exactly.
anything
Yep.
because it will just pulse the wastegate.
Yeah. So even at the track, right, when we were only leaving off the foot brake, we'd still get out, and when it would light, I mean, the thing's huge. It would
Yeah.
come on. So I still had to make a curve to the boost control to ramp that in, so we didn't blow the tire off at 100 foot.
Right.
And that was
now
leaving
you're
just
gonna
off the foot brake. So now we're still going to have to do the same
need,
thing.
well, even more because you get 200 more horsepower.
Yeah, if we turn it up that high.
Yeah.
But that's the nice thing about that CO2 is you can make that curve like crazy. Do it
Yeah.
whatever you want. We can even pull boost out, you know, at peak torque and try and save some rods and whatever.
Yeah.
But
Got the same adjusters there as the Ranchos. but-
dude. Yeah.
Probably the same company.
They might as well be. I feel like I hate coilovers like that.
Oh yeah. Gross.
I'm buying a coilover kit. I'm like, you're not, but
Well, it is.
okay. That's, yeah, sure.
It is.
Right, you know?
I mean, we're getting technical.
Yep.
So big intercooler,
Yep.
4-inch core.
Summit jobber.
Yeah. Is it coated?
No.
Oh, it looks coated.
It's probably just dirt, pollen. you
Okay.
know?
And then, yeah, so 3.5-inch charge by no 4.
Yeah.
4.
This big dog stuff over here.
Big power stuff.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, 3 on this side. Like the spring clamps, dude. Got your garage door clamps on there, dude.
Where? Are you talking about these? The slip fit ones? Yeah. Those things are great. I try to use those anytime I can on a slip fit.
Yeah.
So nice.
Well, it's like a constant tension.
Exactly,
So it's
right.
great. It's
Yeah.
just like I noticed you use the constant tension clamps on these too.
Dude, T-bolts.
Yeah, the worst.
Throw them in the trash.
Fine when you're using them on 4-inch, to be honest with you. But
Yeah,
still
it's big
sucks.
enough there.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
But still, it's like those are so much cleaner and just
they just work better.
yeah. There's
right?
certain stuff that I'm to the point where I'm like,
No.
put it in the trash.
Yeah, I know.
Over it.
I know it's worse too when you order a kit and everything's really, really nice, but it's T-bolt, and you're like, I'm gonna throw all these T-bolt clamps in the
Yeah.
fucking trash.
I do that with most kits, pretty much. A lot of their hardware is always garbage,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
you'll have that.
Yep.
You know, they gotta skimp somewhere.
I get it, you know.
I get it.
I get it profit wise, sure.
Yeah,
But still, it's like you look at their own personal stuff and it's all changed. And I'm
Yeah.
like, come on, bro.
I know. There's even some like angle kit companies out there and shit that I've noticed that with, and I'm like, Well, at least like offer like a pro model where somebody
thank
could
you.
buy it with all
Right.
that stuff.
Yep.
Because like if you're gonna have it that way,
Yeah.
everybody should have it that way.
double my inventory. Different
Yeah,
piles.
well,
It's
you
like,
want to be badass or you want to be
Yeah.
a company that sells the cheap shit.
Yep.
So,
It's like buying Crocs that are missing a strap.
dude,
You know.
you can only go 4 low on one. You're pegging.
I'm fucking Yama Dog 3-wheeler over here. You know what I'm saying?
The old ATC, bro.
That's right.
All right, so
Yeah.
I've learned
You
that
seen
this is
enough
a
of
Fox body
Yep.
with
It's
a
little bit
longer
longer.
wheelbase
Right.
that we could probably get pretty light.
Yeah. Very light. You know how much weight is in that glass? That's a lot of glass.
So I thought the same thing, but like in the Fox body, it was super light, all the glass.
This is Fairmont. This is luxury. You know that glass is thicker back
What year is this?
83.
Okay. The Fox body's like 10 years newer.
They cheaped out. They said, hey, we got to start making some
I don't
money
think. I think
somewhere.
glass goes the other way.
It could be. But yeah, disc brake conversion. all
So
that stuff.
3100 with a driver
Without. Yeah.
But there's nothing removed. You've only added weight.
Right.
Oh, the motor's lighter. Oh no, iron block.
Iron V6 stock. No, slant inline thing.
All iron though.
Yeah.
So probably lost weight with the motor, but then brought it back all the turbo
Yeah.
stuff.
Yep.
Trans this similar.
These,
this would've had
are
a-
all,
this
these
would've
are all
had a-
there. These things are all there.
Yeah.
This is the
similar.
worst part. This is really going to drive him nuts when he sees this video and he sees this crusty ass
Stock
trans
trans
pan.
pan?
Yeah.
Why don't you have a better trans pan? I just don't have one yet.
Proof of concept. We were like, why are we going to spend money on that if
The
this
proof-
trans might even blow up in 3 runs? You know?
But your voice says it's not gonna blow up.
That's right. I have
And
full.
you got-
I have full confidence in Brian because
And you get 600 horsepower more.
I
what
ran
he said.
one of these from Brian in that dually outside that weighs 2,000 pounds more than this
At
at
least.
almost the same power level for 3 years. I trust Brian. I know he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, sick.
The only thing I don't know if he did, and he won't tell me, is if he made some pump modifications so that we can spin it higher in first gear. Because if you don't do that, then it will drag third at the same time, and yada
Oh
yada yada.
yeah. I've seen
So you
that.
got to short shift first because we don't know if he did that. And he's like, you don't need to do that. I'm like, well, we kind of want you to do that.
Okay, so you're lying this.
Yeah, dual 8s up. Each rail gets priority 8. Then they come back together. They go into the regulator.
So
and
many
then-
people don't do that.
Oh yeah, they don't know
And
what the
it's
fuck
fine.
they're doing. It's not fine. It works.
They run
but it's
the
not
like
fine.
loop, so it's inline.
Yeah. Yeah, and then if you actually start making power, you're going to drain one rail.
See,
before
I
the
always
other.
thought the same thing. So I had this same scenario, right?
Mm-hmm.
I had it ran up higher and split, and I was like, always like, yeah, why would you want that? Like, especially if you ever plan on making a bunch of power, like it seems like you'd want to feed both sides.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, most people just are like, no, it's fine.
Right. Because they're only making like 400 horsepower.
I feel like people make way more power with the loop.
They
things.
probably do, but they're just running a big ass pump, and it's like
Yeah, right. The
it's
dual,
like it's like
the
a lot
dual
of
is
things,
definitely
right?
better.
It's like a lot of things. You can do it. Is
Yeah.
it the right way? No.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
It's like sure,
Everybody
it works.
told
you
me
can
you're
do
crazy.
It,
Why
whatever.
are you wasting your time with that? I'm like,
Yeah.
it's not really that much time.
The other nice part about doing it this way, if you feed them into the back of the rail, you're giving cylinders 7 and 8 the most fuel all the time. So if you do not have matched injectors, or if you do have injector data, put your big ones back there because 7 and 8 with a factory style manifold always run the leanest. Because that air is being, especially on turbo application, it's forced through that manifold, it hits that back wall and then goes down.
Right.
So
Especially at
this
higher
gives
boost.
you, if you start leaning out where you're running out of injector or running out of pump, this does start to give you the most leeway to help try and save those 2 cylinders that are always the hottest.
Yeah. Checks out.
Yeah. It's the right way to do it. Sure. you
And
can
that's
do it
how
the
I
right
was.
way.
I was always curious. Everyone's like, why'd you do that? It's like so much extra work. It looks like, I don't know, dude.
Yeah.
It seems like the right way. There's 2 fuel rails. I'm going to put 2 fuel lines.
Yep.
like, I don't know.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah. So yeah, that's this thing.
It's cool.
Yeah. Came out good. Steal it, everything underneath.
All to steal it.
It was fun to scuff and shoot that.
Oh, I'm sure. So,
You want to see more up top? You didn't even really look at the interior.
no, he didn't. We can look at that.
There's not a whole lot there, but you know.
Turbo Smart 60. I really want to try one of their E-gates.
Yeah.
Because then you don't need the CO2, you don't need any of it.
Right.
Listen, if you're going to crash into something at 5 miles an hour, you're good to go. You ever seen those 5 mile an hour commercials? The
No.
bumper commercials?
I just showed you.
Yeah, just crashing into everything at 5 miles an hour.
The Ford Escort commercial.
For people pulling into bingo, you're only going 5 miles an hour, bumping into shit anyway.
That and like, you know, New York and all that.
True.
No AC though.
I know. This is a.
You don't really need it up here.
It's a cool evening cruiser.
Proof of concept. That's his excuse for everything right now. Proof of concept.
What kind of excuse do you need? The proof of concept made 1,050.
He's
This guy's
so
trying to
torqued
jazz me
right
up.
now, dude. So
Trying to jazz
torqued
me
right
up.
now. Oh, this guy. Dude, the aero mirrors in chrome, metal.
Imagine if you had just, it looked like this, but we were taking that instead of the
The
Fox.
LZ event this weekend.
Yeah, cool.
Damn, wood grain gripping, bro.
You know?
You got the oxygen tank for your old ass in the passenger
That's the
seat.
thing. That's what people would think. They look in, they're like, oh, what the hell? Nope.
Nope. You got a spare bottle in the back too, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see if these doors open and close as good as Mustang ones.
Better.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh. It'd be safer too, because if I set it up like my Fox body, I'd be sitting about here. Just doing backies out the back window, dude. This thing's cool. Oh, dude, the cush.
Hey, let me in, will you? Just open the. Yeah, you know.
So.
Yeah, Ratchet B&M boy.
Yeah.
That's one of like that retro sound. I
Yeah, it's
think.
the same one I have in the Alpha.
Yeah. So you got.
Oh, I
Bluetooth, all that
screenshotted.
jazz.
I'm old.
Boomer. Got the part.
Cruiser?
Played the part.
So we wanted.
I'm just with you.
I tried to get those buttons to work for like the bump and two-step and shit.
That's
I mean,
definitely Tanner's
when we
handwriting.
Yeah, dude. I was like,
He's got Rick and Morty handwriting.
I was like, you can make better labels if you want. He's like, no, those are perfect. I was like, all right, cool.
Ooh, that thing's got some throw to it.
What are you pushing on? Brake?
The gas pedal.
Oh. Yeah, I mean,
throw.
zero to 100, dude. What do you expect?
This is long.
That's what she said.
Dude, this thing smells exactly what I was expecting it to smell like.
Yeah. Imagine sitting right there, just
This-
like that,
yeah.
running a 9, just chilling.
As long as I don't got turned, I'm pretty good. As soon as I got turned,
Dude, they're crazy.
you ran a 9 with this belt?
Yup. Yup.
Here we go, dude. We're going 9s.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers at the
they
track
come
are worried about your drive shaft loop.
Dude, no, they come back. Canada doesn't care. He goes up with a helmet and they're like, hey, roll your window up. He's like, all right.
All right.
Runs a 9.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Look at that ratio, 20 cranks per inch, dude.
It's just like me.
Oh. I can't. I literally can't.
All right, so moving forward, you got the B&M Ratchet boy down there. Nice custom mount on that. More leash products for your fuses. Buddy's fucking.
I gotta get out of the car. Oh my
You
god.
gotta take a lap.
Holy shit, dude. That's it. We're done. Anyways.
Yeah. Lots of cool small stuff.
Yeah.
That people wouldn't see. Like
Yeah.
catch cans got a little ball valve on the bottom of it. You can
Oh,
drain that
yeah,
without
drain it.
crawling under and all that stuff. Yep.
Yep.
Cool. It's locked.
It's locked.
Yep.
Gotta keep everything safe.
Yep.
You don't want someone to steal your oxygen bottle in there.
Right. Yep. You gonna be okay?
I'm fine.
Sure?
Yeah, I'm gonna be fine.
All right.
You started laughing again.
Oh, hey, I got your setup for this weekend right here, dude.
Oh, the Lakewoods.
Now the Strange Boys with the wagon springs.
Yeah, okay. Those have got a lot of spring rate to them.
Are you sure?
Yeah, that's a lot.
You want to feel it?
I see your arm flexing from here, dude. Jesus.
They're like a
F-250 front coil spring, dude.
Spring.
That's what. This is what I run.
But
They
this
were
is
probably
what-
from your sled.
Yeah. This is what you want, though.
No, that's not what I want.
I
Not
told him,
at all.
I'm like, bro, this thing's gonna ride like shit. And he's like, all right.
Well, it's gonna hit hard
Yeah, stay there.
and then stay there.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I tried those already. Didn't work. Sounds good, doesn't work.
Yeah,
Yeah, sled shit, dual rate, whatever.
yeah. Stacked rates. What is this?
That's a shock.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks, dickhead. What's it for?
This is a rear track shock from one of the sleds. So in the
Okay.
track, you've got two. You have a front track shock and a rear. This goes in the back, more like this one.
Dual track shocks.
This way. Yeah. Rear skids on these are
Right. Well, because
it's
you
like
got to
worse than
control
a-
both sides of it. Because that controls
Front to
how it
back, yeah,
hits
yeah.
and lands
yeah.
and
They're
pitches.
they're wild. They're like looking at a dirt track car. You're like, what the fuck's going on in this thing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dirt track cars.
Yeah.
That's
So this
basically
is,
what these are.
yeah, sled stuff is winter work. So I kind of transition in the fall over to sled stuff from like November through this year. It's still lingering, as you can see, like that Indy Specialty engine just showed up. This has one of their 862 strokers. I helped them kind of pilot that program and get that engine all sorted and tuned and developed
what's
and
a-
tested.
What's an 862 stroker?
Yep. So stock engines like that essentially are 850
And that's like a
cc's.
Rotax thing?
No, these are all Flair stuff. So Rotax is Skidoo.
But it's like the cylinder head is similar design, like with the bolt-ons.
Yeah, you got, instead of having individual jugs, now you have that big monoblock.
Yeah, okay.
Injectors go right into the cylinder. The boost sleds, like the turbo one, have 4 injectors. You've got ones in the cylinder, and then you have pre-throttle body ones. So like your boost injectors, when it comes into boost, they spray that.
Pre-throttle body.
Yeah. Well, maybe they're after the blade.
That's what I was just saying.
I don't remember. I
But
think
they're just
probably after
in the
blade.
manifold,
Yeah,
not
they're
in
in
the cylinder.
Right.
Got it.
Yep.
It's like port injection versus direct injection.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. But yeah, they've come a long way from like what you're kind of picturing.
Yeah, I don't know anything about
Right.
sleds
Yeah.
whatsoever. These look huge to me.
They are. That's
They look
the problem.
like
They've got
they're like
big.
3 feet longer than the last one I rode.
Well, especially like that guy's a 146, so that thing's long.
okay.
You're used to like the track length, 146 inches.
Okay, got it.
This is a 129, and then the red and black one's a 137.
But back to the 862 thing.
Yep. So the factory engine's 848 or 840 cc. They call it an 850. The 862 doesn't sound that much bigger in displacement, but the way that they're doing it, they're making crazy power. So
It's like stroked or bored
yeah, it's
or
a
what?
stroker, stock 850 bore. So it uses stock 850 valves, but it flows a shitload more air. Really fancy billet crank in the bottom of it. Really impressive cylinder porting.
Lightened up a bunch.
Yeah, you can't say exact numbers on video, but we're over 100 track horsepower,
Okay.
which is huge. Like roughly 50% of what engine crank horsepower makes.
Oh, the loss.
Yeah.
It's 50%.
Yeah, yeah, because I mean you have engine, clutch, a
Got
belt
it.
to another clutch to a jack shaft to a gear, chain down to a gear to a driver that then spins the track. So yeah, there's a lot going on, especially once you
Try
start
that again.
tuning and changing clutch parts and stuff.
Yeah.
Like behind
It's
the
above
gear,
my pay grade.
you just got different spring
Springs.
rates.
I just did this to my scooter.
Yep. So like,
I mean, these are snow
Yeah.
scooters, right?
kinda.
Same thing.
Yeah, snow scooty. And then these are like primary clutch weights, so you can change the
'cause
curve. You
they
can
roll.
load them up with different weight. Yeah.
Right? So it's for
Yeah.
the variator tuning, basically.
Yeah, yeah. You change kind of when it grips the belt, how hard, when it you can slip it a little bit more, whatever.
Right.
But
That also makes huge difference in drivability,
yeah, exactly.
like for normal driving.
Yep. So if you're someone who just kind of cruises along, you run lower, softer spring rates so that it just kind of is easy and docile around.
And it's kind of there a little bit all the time.
Yeah, this has a really high start rate to the spring, so like in parking lots, it's like and
Yeah,
then it goes
stall.
ahead and you keep. No, it doesn't stall.
No, but like a stall. It's really like a really high stall.
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it doesn't continue to slip. It like wham slams in.
I just did this all with my Zuma.
Yep.
It's good now, dude. You hit it, it goes, yeah, man! Just sits at 1 RPM, it locks up, but it's perfect.
Yep.
It's good.
Scooters are a little bit different, but
Kind of the same, though.
yeah.
Roller weights, springs,
Yep.
contraband things.
Yeah, but do you have a secondary on those?
No, it's just the same.
Yeah. So
Well,
these
I
have,
don't know, actually, kind of, because the front, depending on how you load the rear,
Mm-hmm.
the front variator changes as well, which would be like a secondary, right?
Let me just open this
Yeah,
up.
let's see it.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about this.
So anyway, the 862 stuff is cool because
big
it's
motor.
big stroker, big billet cylinder head, a lot of different crank changes, huge spacer plate. So yeah, your primary
Yeah.
is your drive clutch, and then your driven, and you've got rollers and secondary.
Okay, so this is a full another unit then.
Correct.
Okay,
Yep.
so that's not the
So
same.
your
then.
primary comes together to squeeze the belt and draw it up that sheave from the bottom to the top.
And this goes to the
And this is-
shaft.
Yeah,
This is the
this is
motor
on the
side.
crank. This is
Oh,
direct,
that's
direct
the
to the
motor
crank.
side, okay.
Yep. And then this is your secondary clutch. So this one, the belt starts high and then finishes low. It
Yep.
draws it down.
Down, yep.
So you have all of that loss, and then you have a chain case on the other side.
Oh, because there's a shaft that goes across.
Yeah.
Ah.
So then you have your chain case over there, and then you have a driver in the bottom, which has big plastic cogs on it to spin the track. So there's a lot going on in these things.
That's a lot of drivetrain loss.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah.
That's why it's like rough rule of thumb is 50%.
Yeah.
But they're so cool. I mean, you got GPS on there. I can listen to my music on the 7S display. It's great.
I like this too. A little ergonomic. Keep your hand from sliding a bit.
Just like Technoviolet.
It's
close.
It is
Close.
close.
Yep.
Good
So,
Yep.
so over 100 track horsepower. That's a lot.
Yeah, for an NA sled, like we're getting
And it's
into like
two-stroke NA.
yeah.
Yeah. What's the power band like? Obviously, you have power valves and all the crazy shit.
Yeah, it's pretty linear.
Yeah.
It's like you don't really feel it being like a peaky two-stroke. That doesn't really apply to sleds anymore.
Especially with the CVTs.
Yeah, like you have a target RPM that you try to get close to, but what I enjoy most about sleds and setup and working on these and stuff is they're so difficult to set up for because your conditions they're always changing. It's never the same. It's like in the morning it starts out and it's wicked cold and the track, or not the track, but trail is super hard and frozen and locked in, but then the sun comes out and everything softens up.
Yeah.
So your suspension is off, your steering is off, your clutching is off because now you have more snow load on the back.
Sounds like it's annoying.
It's great. It's great for me.
Your brain's like,
Yeah.
the whole time. No,
Yeah,
I
exactly.
hear you. That's what I was saying. Like for most people, it's probably like the more you know, the more difficult it is to go ride because you're like, I'm
And
going
then
to change that.
For guys like me, all the sleds keep getting watered down because people don't understand the technology.
Right.
So like all these, or my two here, have crazy expensive suspension on them. Like all the
Right.
shocks are high, low, and rebound adjust.
Yep.
Dual rates or like a custom progressive spring on that one. We've got different linkages in the rear. I've moved spring locations. All kinds of
Yeah,
stuff
well, and
changed.
setting the track up probably that's all of it. Really, like outside of the steering aspect of it.
Essentially, your anti-squat in a sled will determine how playful it is and how much it lifts the front and how like reactive it is on throttle.
Yeah.
So
see the shock thing.
Yeah, so Skidoo has gone a long way in terms of taking that out of it to keep them more like docile and controlled all the time.
You can kind of roll them around a little bit.
They don't even necessarily roll; they just keep the front end down. So you lost all that playful fun factor to it, and they're not really like that crazy.
Oh, so the
enjoyable
opposite
ride.
of what I was saying. Then.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're kind of planning on the front skis
Exactly.
a bit more.
Yep, because it doesn't have that anti-squat to pull everything up. It just kind of sits there.
Got it.
Yep.
That makes
But like
sense.
dual rate front track shock springs. These
Yeah, that's what I
are
was looking at.
these are off of one of the race sleds that I shortened. This normally mounts back here. So by moving this forward, when the front of the skid starts to hit a bump, it already ties in this rear spring and rear shock.
Right, so this almost works as like a sway bar, but like longitudinal, like.
Yeah, and
'Cause
it
blends
couples
the
both
two.
shocks
Yeah.
together. So as you hit something in the front, it also has to start working the rear.
But that makes sense.
So
'cause
you
it's
get
like,
twice as much to counteract the bump, but it also makes it more stable because it's making that whole skid move
Together.
as a unit instead of pivoting like crazy.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and lengthening that would make that more linear then.
Right, exactly. So it's just like race car shit, right? Where normally your longer arms are more stable and predictable.
Yeah, of course. So this would just make it so that more of the tracks felt planted at the same time.
Correct.
Yeah.
So like you take this and then you take a stock 129 through, big mogul stuff. This thing will track super straight and it won't feel like it has a tendency to kind of kick and dance around because everything is working together and it just tracks a lot straighter.
I see.
It's pretty cool.
That is cool.
But there's a lot to it,
Are they all studded or no?
No, so those are eye grips from a company in Canada. And you basically pre-drill that lug and then you thread that thing in. I actually have a bunch of them on the shelf.
Got it. So you would do that when you were gonna ride like different types of shit in the same day then?
I run those all the time in my stuff. So you can get traditional studs like that track you saw earlier with the big metal one sticking out. But that's all that those
They just
are.
thread in.
Yeah.
So they're the same as like car tires.
Yeah, exactly.
Studs.
Yep.
Yeah, that's cool.
But when you run those big, like the big traditional studs, it takes obviously more power to turn them because
Yeah.
they're heavier. You have way more braking, but you have more weight. Then you have to counteract that in the rear with more aggressive skis and stuff because that's so locked in that you
yeah.
can't turn.
Yeah.
So that throws a whole other wrench
Well, yeah,
into
because
it.
you got to turn, you got to pivot all of those things
You have
that
to
are
pivot
in the ground.
exactly. You have to pivot
Yeah.
that whole skid.
Yeah.
So one of the big things is getting this front of the skid up off the ground so that you're kind of running on the back half so that it pivots and turns easier. And there's a lot of different ways to go about it. Some of them are very backwards and like not necessarily backwards. They really reduce your compliance window and they kind of lock you into a set type of trail conditions and what it works for. So one of my big things with all my setup is just like creating this broad compliance window of like, for the average trail guy, this is going to work everywhere.
Yeah.
It's going to be great on the flat stuff, but it's also going to be really good when it gets really beat up at the end of the day.
Yeah, or at least like having notes on how to ride it with that type of snenario.
Yeah,
I'm sure. Like, so if you set it up, like if you set it up so that when you're on it, it's using the back half of the track or whatever, so that it can pivot. Like you'd have to be on it to do that. So you have to like explain that, I imagine, to people too.
Yeah, different riding style and how to get
I don't
around
know
it.
shit about this. I literally I've ridden one of these ever, and you saw me ride it. In your front yard.
You were scared.
I wasn't that scared. It was more like I just don't really get it.
Yeah, they're weird. It's
weird.
like you can't, like leaning has a big input, but only at certain speeds.
Yeah.
Like if you're slow, it's not really doing much because you don't have any momentum to change.
It's just
things.
rolling over. It's not actually turning it unless you have speed.
Right.
That's how I felt at least. And then like getting the front skis to like dig and do things, you have to like learn how to manage the weight to get it to do it. And,
So
like,
it's a lot of it's like certain conditions you have to be mid corner and just kind of be like tapping the brake to keep the weight down on the front. So like you can be brake and throttle at the same time, but some people are like, it doesn't work.
Well, that checks out. To
You
keep
can.
the weight planted while you're putting power down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like setting up a drift car where it really comes down to rider preference or driver preference,
Right.
on like how they want the thing to behave, what they're comfortable,
What they like.
reacting to.
You know,
Yeah, exactly.
for sure.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah,
So
it's
that's
complex
cool.
stuff.
So NA stuff, but a lot of the stuff you guys do is turbo stuff too.
Yeah, the turbo game is big now. Like
Yeah.
a lot of sleds are 4-stroke stuff.
Yeah.
Especially up in Canada, they run a lot of long distance saddlebag trips, so the
That's
4-stroke
more
works out.
efficient.
Yeah, efficient on fuel, and you don't have to carry oil. So like these are obviously oil injected.
Well, how fast do you go through that oil right there?
That whole tank probably about 300 miles.
So
Give or
it's
take,
like
which is
2
pretty
or
high
3
for me.
full
There's
tanks.
a lot of people can get way better fuel and oil mileage, but I ride like a dickhead, so it
Yeah.
doesn't really work out that
I was
way.
gonna say, like, how much fuel do they hold?
These have, I think it's 11.5 gallons.
When you get out of that 100 miles?
That's like you're safe, yeah. So you're like, rule of thumb is 100 miles to a tank is safe, but you can push it. Like some guys will get 16 miles a gallon. I'm usually in that 11 to 12 range.
Got it.
And that's
Just
just
4-stroke stuff gets better fuel economy though,
and how if you ride it. If you ride
Okay,
it really
so-
hard, you're right there, especially on a turbo one.
because it's fuel consumption.
Yeah.
It's just the same deal.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
So basically, like, as long as you're not going more than like 300 miles, you can fill this. And
Yeah.
you're good.
Yeah. But a
And
lot
you
of guys will saddleback trips, so they'll do a week-long loop through Canada when they ride from hotel to
Sounds
hotel.
cold.
Yeah, it can be. I'm a fair weather guy. If it's like 5 or below, I'm like,
Fair. 5 degrees is fair.
50.
It's a lot warmer when you're on the sled.
No,
Right,
I know
yeah,
that. For
exactly.
Sure. And you have proper gear and all that.
proper gear, and like when you're riding hard, you're moving around. Like you're trying to muscle this 400-pound machine through tight trails. I've got tons of footage I can send you.
Yeah, it's
And
cool.
throw in there just to see what it's like.
Yeah.
So what goes here? That's
Storage
your
bags.
kit?
Yeah,
Like-
storage bag stuff.
Yeah, okay.
Yep. So
You
I
got
have one.
plug
It's,
in?
it's up there under the
Little 12 volts.
windshield
Oh
things.
no, it's
Battery
charger.
tender.
Yeah,
Yep.
like that.
Yeah, these are just aftermarket brackets to then run the skidoo brackets because I had a bunch of skidoo bags already. So you can just lock those in and they clamp right on. And off you
Got
go.
it.
Then also on the mountain sleds, when the tunnels are longer, you'll have your coolant system like underneath the skid, so the snow hits the
Yeah.
coolant.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
so these
how
are the
you
same
cool 'em
way. Yeah, you don't have a radiator. So
Right.
this is your radiator. There's just big aluminum extrusions, and all the snow gets thrown up and cools it. So if you're riding and it's like really
So
warm
coolant
out,
is going through this area, or what
yeah,
do you mean?
yep, right through
Okay.
here, and then it crosses over and
Oh,
goes
'cause
back up
there's
front.
little heat warnings there.
Yeah, watch
I
out.
see.
Yeah. Luckily, it's not running, so you're fine.
Yeah,
This is a bacon. That's bacon.
it's the bacon.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, touch there, get bacon.
Yep. Somehow they had all three on the 3-wheeler going at once.
It's this.
They had all 3-wheel drive.
Yeah,
That's a burnout.
it's a tough burnout.
Yeah.
Or your ATC.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
so but obviously these are longer than like this one's even longer than these two. It looks like.
Yep. Yeah, that's just different type. Like this is a different suspension design in the back of it. So
Longer
this-
track though.
Yeah, longer track.
Oh, 146. That's what you were saying
Yep.
earlier.
Yep, it's longer. It's uncoupled. So this one and like the traditional skid, as this moves through its stroke, you'll see this bump right here as it comes down and hits that,
Yep.
it is forced to then use both shocks.
Oh, okay.
So that's what the coupling effect is. So like when you hit something really nasty and you start to blow through that,
helps the G out.
exactly, it grabs both shocks and makes them work together, which is also part of moving that spring forward. Getting it to use both all the time so you can hit bigger stuff faster without blowing through the skid.
Got it.
And
But this one does not have that then.
does not have the coupler in it, but this
Got
still
it.
has a progressive ratio to it. And this, that's just the spring squeaking on the mount.
What's the advantage of being uncoupled?
It wheelies a lot. It's super
Oh,
fun.
okay.
Yeah.
It's super fun.
Yeah. So like
Just
anytime
more
you grab,
playful?
anytime you grab a handful, it just stands up and just
Cool.
goes. It's cool.
These don't have like power steering or anything or assist,
Nope.
right?
No, they're just the post down to a little linkage.
There's
and
not a
over.
lot of weight on the front.
No, they still steer heavy. Like
Do
it
they?
depends on what ski you run. So like these are stock skis. I like a little bit more push. And how I always try to translate this to people is like, if you take a 2x4, right, and you stand that thing up right here, this is actually perfect. If you take this and you turn it right, and you're trying to push it through like sand or snow, it's just going to flip over. So when you run a super square keel ski and you start really pushing it hard, it just wants to tip because it wants to dig in and lift that whole sled up. Whereas if you run something like that has a more rounded keel, kind of looks like an hourglass shape to it, it glides through the snow, but you end up with more push where it doesn't like initially turn in super sharp.
Right. But you could also stay in it more then and drive it through it faster.
It's just more linear, so it's like more confidence inspiring to a certain extent, but it also depends on the snow condition, how much spring preload you have, what spindle, how much ski pressure, like there's just so much to them. Like both of these have different spindles. That's a factory one. This is 2 inches taller from ski bolt to lower control line. So the whole goal with this was to like make this rough trail sled that's super nimble and responsive feeling. And one of the big parts of that was changing that spindle to change, obviously, all the roll center and all that.
I was
shit.
gonna say, that's like a big roll center adjustment.
Yeah. So changing all that stuff around to try and get it to be a little bit more dynamic and fun feeling. It's not the best at super high speed sweeper stuff, but
So this is actually pretty compressed right now, just sitting here.
especially on the wheels,
Yeah, so you probably got like 3 inches of droop still.
I probably wouldn't say 3. It's probably 2.5. In
Got it.
Yeah. Yep.
Damn, it's a lot of suspension travel for a short arm. So your roll center gets all over the place. But that's just like probably on big jumps though, not like leaning it so much because of the way the stability works, right?
Yeah. For the
Because it
most
wants
part.
to lift the inside ski off the ground pretty quickly,
Always,
I imagine.
yeah.
Because it's all the track just putting all the weight down.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's where a lot of it comes into like your setup. These sway bars are not drilled like that factory. I moved the link ahead on one side.
Okay.
Trying to get more roll stiffness in it because of how everything has changed.
Yeah, well, that would obviously drastically depend on the control arm angle too, right?
Yeah.
Because like if you had that little bit, you know, more aimed down, your bar would be, you'd be having more roll stiffness that way anyway.
Yep.
But it's almost like I was saying, the tracks have to move through their sweep too as they're doing that.
Right.
So you're fighting that, which the conditions would then change how the ski fits through the snow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there's so much more to it than people think. They're like, I'm just gonna bolt this ski on and off I go. And it's like, again,
yeah, you'll go.
Again, it works. Is it the right way to do it? Not
Right.
really. Like this is a bone stock ski with a bigger host carbide under it. So like the bar that actually has the pointy part for turning is bigger diameter. And this thing has more ski pressure and can turn sharper than dudes that run like giant CNA race skis. Just because it's got, it's just a really aggressive square keel ski like the 2x4.
Okay, got it. Oh, yeah.
So
got it.
it's just the spindle raised it 2 inches, which made it pull up the front of the track off the ground, even at full extension.
Yeah.
So that front track shock with me on it is basically fully extended. So it has all of its stroke to take any bump it encounters.
Right.
Whereas if you have a stock spindle, you lose like almost 2 inches of shock stroke with the thing just sitting on the ground.
Because that's what pitches the whole ski.
Correct.
That makes sense. Now I get it.
Yeah.
I'm figuring it out.
Yeah,
I still don't know shit about it, but I'm figuring out some of
You're
it.
coming into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I just know, like, it's the same thing. It's like it would take me 5 years of riding one of these to tell you how I want it set up, and I'm already coming into it with some knowledge on setting different types of shit up.
It's kind of fun because it's like
It's new too.
Well, yeah, there's that for like if you were getting into it, but it's similar to the drift car stuff because you're trying to generate grip from slip because you're going through snow all the time.
All the whole time.
Yeah.
That was the problem when I rode yours, like last time.
Yeah, that was like out here in 5 inches of fluff,
I know,
But still.
but for me it was like this is weird.
Yeah.
Because I got on it and I immediately went to Florida Man jet ski thing, where at least this steers when you turn off throttle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Like, so that was weird.
Yeah.
So I did a bunch. I remember like bucking it, like trying to figure out how to do any of it. And then once I started like this, being able to slip the track and some other things, and I could pitch it in and lean it and do something like, oh, this is cool.
Yeah.
Like, it's too cold for me. I just can't do the cold weather.
It's the opposite of me. I can't do the heat.
Yeah, right. I'm like, I'm good if I'm doing something in the cold, but like, it's too hard for me to want to go out and spend a whole day out in the cold. That's my problem.
But it is nice though, because like you get up, you have your coffee, you drive to the trailhead, you unload, you ride to a nice lunch. I'm really food motivated, so being able to go have a nice sit down lunch is a big thing.
Yeah.
And then you ride back to the truck and you're home by 6.
Yeah. I like these.
Yeah, I wish they all clocked properly like this one does on the Purple Boy.
It's cool though.
Yeah. They're like the same thread pitch as the Skidoo brand. And I think at one point the guy was like, I'm just going to cut all of them. And didn't pay attention to the clocking because the thread clocking is different between the two, but the pitch is the same.
Yeah.
So I think that's like for a Skidoo, and this one is actually for a Polaris, and that's the way it goes.
Yeah, well, it's easy to just say, hey, I need 70 degrees rotation on that next time.
They're all different. Every single one I get is different.
Interesting.
And I'm like, bro, what are you doing to me?
You sell an O-ring with some of them.
They have an O-ring in them.
Thicker one. So it bottoms out earlier.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so these are both turbo ones or no?
No, this orange, this one, the boost is turboed. And
Yeah.
then that red one is a customer's that's getting pretty much a clone to this thing.
Well, what's the turbo motor look like? How do I see the motor in this thing?
Oh, we can pop it all apart.
Is it a pain in the ass?
Nah.
Well, like, how big of a turbo does this have on it?
It's right there. It's right there. You're going to go, holy shit.
That is pretty big.
Yeah, dude. This thing makes like, if the crank 220-ish.
Dude, the compressor just bolts, like the cover just bolts on.
Yeah.
So like you're gonna put a bigger wheel?
Yeah, they're just starting to get into that. There's a couple
I was gonna
companies-
say, it's like backwards almost.
Yeah. There's a couple companies just starting to get into making bigger wheels and stuff.
I know like with a 2-stroke, the turbo has to be bigger than what you think.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I never even thought about that. The fucking brakes are on the shaft.
Yeah.
Duh.
Yeah. Well, the Skidoo one, so like Polaris stuff runs it up there on the top of the jack shaft. The Skidoo stuff is on down by your foot, so it's direct on the driver. So if you ever break a chain on a Skidoo, you have a brake that's still connected to the driver. On this, it did break a chain on me in Canada.
Oh, you have no brakes then.
Yeah, you rely on the chain balling up in the bottom of the chain case. Terrifying. I was going like 70. Like the first good whack I gave this thing on the big tune, and it's like, bah! I'm like, what the hell? Because I'm like mid-wheelie and it shuts down. I'm like, all right, that was weird. And I go to tap the brake and I got nothing.
Oh.
And I'm like, whoa. So you think on like the 2-strokes when you ride them, you're like, oh, they don't really have a lot of engine brake. Oh no, they got engine brake until you don't have a chain. And then you're
zinging.
Zooming. It's like going off track in the rain on grass.
So drive-by-wire, turbo.
Cable.
What is this then?
That is, what are you looking at?
What is this?
That's for the wastegate.
Oh. Wait,
Sick.
electric wastegate?
Sick.
Sick. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, check that bad boy out.
So I've always wondered this. So huge expansion chamber pipe.
Yep. We can pull this out here. We'll pull it out a
Wastegate.
little bit so we're not hunkered over under this lovely car of Brian Hobbs. There you go.
Okay, so the expansion chamber is pre-turbo, obviously.
Yeah. Don't mind the little dent from Elbird putting it into a tree.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So. No, I'm just looking at the
It's
wastegate.
like, wait.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the wastegate.
What
stuff.
do you mean?
But the wastegate is just a giant flapper valve.
Yeah.
It makes sense though.
Yeah, right. So allegedly, when they were designing this whole package at Polaris, they kept trying to put the gates at the end after the Stinger, and it would just make way too much back pressure
But
all
no
the
shit.
time.
Yeah.
Right. So
Checks
then they're
out.
like, "We'll put it in the expansion." Blah, blah, blah. And they just bored a hole in it, put a flapper in. They're like, "Hey, this works." It's like, well,
I mean,
yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
If it works, it works. I would think it would be questionable, but with a turbo, once it starts making boost, this is all pressurized anyway.
Yo, what's really gonna blow your mind? There's no way to show you really because the console and stuff. The back side of the airbox has a giant reed in it. So when you're not in boost,
Yeah.
it can suck through that. It's no joke this big.
We were just talking
Yeah,
about
we
this.
were.
Yeah. So they have a giant reed in the
It
backside of the
makes
airbox, right under your undercarriage, and it can just whoop, pull all that air in. You know, it's great.
Well, and
That's
it acts as stored air too when you're getting back in the throttle.
Yeah. Inside the box in the
Yeah.
front. Yeah. Yep.
Interesting.
Right.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense.
They light immediately. It's
Yeah,
not,
it makes-
there's no turbo lag on these.
It makes sense. I love how the turbo's held on with springs too.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah. On the Y pipe down here, the Y pipe to pipe, you got to double them up and add extras because it will push the pipe off of the
And
Y.
cause a boost, cause an exhaust leak.
Yeah.
I know in the Skidoos there's a lot of like turbo surge. Is this just get that too?
Yeah, on the bigger tunes it does. Yeah. Yeah, on
cool.
like stock, you don't really hear it too much unless you start going up in elevation where it then ramps in the boost.
Yeah.
Because like down at sea level, they only make like 2 pounds, give or take, on the factory file.
Right.
So you don't really hear too much then. But if you go up like 3,000 foot on a stock tune or above,
Yeah.
you'll start to hear it then big time.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. And then this one with that intake I built on there, you really hear it on the big files.
Well,
Yeah.
How much boost does it run now?
Still not, it's like 8. It's not a ton.
I know a lot of factory they're tuned, at least the mountain sleds, like they're not really tuned to give you more power. They're tuned to keep the power as you rise in elevation.
Yep. Yeah, so that's like
that
how the
makes
factory calibration stuff is.
Yeah.
They try to just keep you in the power all the way up through. These, like the aftermarket tune stuff, is like making power all the time.
Yeah.
Especially for us trail guys. Like they're obviously they still have elevation correction to them, but they turn them up big time at sea level for us, which is
pretty
huge. And it's why like they've been holding together. Knock on wood, these boost engines in the trail stuff have been really good. Like when they first came out, everyone's like they're gonna blow up left and right. They've been tanks.
It's
man.
pretty. It's the 850 Patriot, right? So it's
Yeah,
like the same
yeah.
thing that's in. It's like the same engine in
Exactly.
the MA sleds, right?
Yeah, there's some differences with the piston and stuff. A little bit thicker of a ringlet on the top, the
Yeah.
crown. But the majority of it is the same in terms of crank and bearings and all that stuff.
Yeah,
It's like they
not a
developed
lot.
it throughout the whole program to be boosted.
It's
Oh, from
not
the beginning.
making-
Pretty much,
Cool.
yeah.
The way the wastegate and everything works, though, it's not making a lot more exhaust back pressure or anything, really.
Not until you start turning them up. So when you
Yeah,
really start
yeah,
turning
of
boost
course.
up, then
Yeah.
it does, and that's why you gotta double up the pipe spring so it doesn't push it off of the Y.
Right. But still, even still, like,
Yeah.
the manifold pressure is not super high.
The cool part about the boost too, the muffler design, right? So there's like 2 chambers here in this muffler.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at, because it's divided.
Yeah, well, you can tell by my little welds, I've cut this half open.
Okay.
So the wastegate side is straight piped, but the main exhaust chamber still has all the
muffled.
baffling and packing.
Okay.
So as long as you're riding it like responsibly and nice, it's quiet. But then when you get into boost, it sounds like a race sled because it's just through the straight pipe, bypass right out the pipe.
Got it.
That's sick.
Probably makes
Yeah,
more
so
power
like-
that way, too, I'm sure.
Yeah, a little. I mean, they're pretty wide open in there. They're just like a perforated tube with glass packed around them. They're not really anything crazy.
They definitely made this piece in this shape specifically because of what they did here.
Probably.
Like the taper
Yeah.
of that.
I'm sure, yeah.
To definitely to control the boost properly.
Yeah. There's some
Funny.
companies starting to dabble with putting tubes in when they're really starting to turn them up.
Yeah.
But I don't think anyone has really gone that far of airflow testing in terms of like, yeah, we actually lost whatever, you know.
Right.
But
No, it
like,
seems like a really efficient setup too. Like the turbo bolts right to the muffler, which also holds it together and on there.
they're not really
everything-
that fun to work on because like to
Yeah,
get the
you gotta
muffler
take
out, it has to
everything.
come up off of a big peg, which means you got to move all that. And
But the integration, I mean, like,
Yeah.
you can beat
No, the
the
packaging is
shit
great.
out of this and nothing's really moving.
Yeah.
You know?
I've got a little over 3,000 miles on this, so
Okay,
just
sick.
shit whipping it.
Yeah.
And it's fine.
Yeah. It's hilarious that they put a turbo on a car for 2 pounds, or on a ski for 2 pounds of boost, though.
Huge difference though.
Yeah.
Huge. Yeah.
2-stroke things.
Mm-hmm.
Like on a gas motor, the 2 pounds, not gas, on a 4-stroke motor, the 2 pounds of boost would be worse than stock NA.
Yeah.
But the way the turbo works, or the way
Right.
the 2-stroke works, I feel like it just makes more power that way.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool. It's like
Yep.
the turbo is the stinger of a 2-stroke tuning pipe.
Well,
Like-
there's still a stinger in there.
Is there?
Yeah. I mean, it's not like you would think where it's a long tube inside
Yeah.
the expansion chamber, but it does neck down still.
Yeah.
And it's, you
but
know,
it's
it's-
necking down right
it's
into
yay
the
long.
turbo.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
what I'm saying. I don't know anything about these. I know a little bit less than nothing about them now.
Yep. Yep. They're fun.
The brake thing is so silly because I never even thought about that, but that's how
Right.
they have to be. It's like a monster truck.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it's not fun when that chain breaks.
Oh, I'd imagine.
That
It's weird that they would do that.
terrifying.
Like, it's like a safety thing.
Right.
Why? And then you don't want the chain to get just wadded up in the case anyway. You'd rather just be able to stop the fuck.
I got lucky and it didn't blow the bottom of the case out.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah, it's
think what
weird.
ended up actually happening, because it's not really common for them to break a chain anymore, I think the bottom gear bolt backed out. But usually when they back out, they'll bore right through the case, because the case is magnesium. So usually they'll just bore right through the cover. I think it actually sheared the head of the bolt off just from stress. For me, probably over torquing it like 8,000 times when I change the gears all the time.
Yeah.
But I think
Did
it popped the
they
head off.
warranty it or what?
No, it's got way past warranty.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if they have warranties on these.
They do. Yeah, these only have 2 years.
Okay.
No mileage limit or anything, but 2 years from the day you pick it up as a dealer.
Got it.
Yep.
Weird.
Yep.
It's very different than jet ski stuff.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
the same.
big time.
I thought it was gonna be the same.
A lot of people think like
Right.
jet skis and
Yeah.
like snowmobiles are super similar, and then like you learn about them, you're like,
Nothing's
yeah,
the same.
yeah.
No.
Sick.
Yep.
Let's get back to drift cars.
Right. Yep. I'll put this hood back on. You can look at Brian Hoff's car.
Yeah, we can look at
this
this car.
Yep. I don't know a whole lot about the setup on that. I know it's LS3 or 6.2 of some sort.
Okay.
It came here to be completely rewired because it was kind of a fire hazard. So,
So
you saw him, what, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Whatever that was?
yeah, I think he was having some running related problems.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a box in the back I can show you why. But
So he's got
need my
S13
filter.
rear subframe with a stock anti-squat setting.
14 frame.
Oh, it is a 14 frame.
Yeah, gross.
Dude, everyone takes the anti-squat out of these cars because they want more side bite. But then they bitch about the forward bite. But the problem is now with all these new tires that have only forward bite, it doesn't matter.
Is it the right way?
Yeah, right. I always disagree. I always say leave the anti-squat S13 style subframe in, but everybody else just...
That's why we're friends.
Yeah. I like to drive the car off of the forward bite, not the side.
And then again, right? It's like it comes down to driver or rider preference of like.
I don't know that that comes down to driver preference. I think it comes down to reading the internet and deciding you're going to put a
Sure,
bracket
there's a
on your
lot. I'm
car.
saying if you started driving on one or the other. Right?
That was shit
And-
talk at the end of the song. I don't think you really know what you're doing when you move that. Some people out there probably do. But yeah, so power by max, knuckles, arms, stock lower.
PDM rear coils, but BC's up front.
It's definitely the opposite direction of what I would have done there. Again, though,
Poor Brian.
he's just I think he's just going and driving and having fun with this car
Exactly,
anyway,
that's
so
what
it
this
doesn't
one
really
is.
matter. So yeah, and then no rear bar.
Oh, you're right. I didn't even notice
Yeah,
that. I
there's
haven't
no
spent
rear
a lot of
bar.
time under this one, honestly.
And he's got the subframe raised up, and he's got whatever diff cover this is. I forgot what this one is.
I have no idea.
Yeah, it's off of some other thing.
I didn't spend a lot of time.
Might just be S14.
R200
It's been so long since I've done S chassis stuff.
Wait,
So
is that a carbon
radium.
shaft? Is that a carbon shaft?
No, it's steel.
That's just got a goofy pattern on it.
Yeah, Scooby
I
pattern.
was like, wait, what?
So tie exhaust.
Yeah.
Got some radium goodies in there. Stock fuel tank.
Baffled, not broke, surprisingly. I
Wow,
know.
impressive.
I know.
Impressive.
You looked that
The
over.
front subframe mounts are not there,
Oh.
not hooked up either side.
Interesting.
They're just there for the looks of things. Tanner's over here clearing our space. Oh, T56.
No, 60-60.
Oh, same shit.
Nope. No. Wrong.
Okay,
Man.
fine. Stock Chevy transmission thing. But wait, what's the deal with this drive shaft?
I don't
No Jubo, got rid of it. Made a drive shaft flange. Oh, but yeah, but the slip yoke thing. Okay.
I think they pulled that slip yoke from an '89 Chevy C35.
No, but like, I feel like even for serviceability, some of that's nice.
Yeah, probably.
Cool. So what's the difference between a T56 and a TR6060?
66. It's essentially just a newer version of it.
Okay.
But it's got better synchros in it. It has the capability to put a cooler on it.
Okay.
It's just looped on this one.
Here, yeah.
Yeah, it's got kind of like almost like a CD style remote mount shifter.
Okay.
So you could, in theory, change your location pretty easily if you're
set
good.
back.
Yeah.
Okay.
But mostly it's stronger. It's got better synchros.
Got
cooler
it.
capacity. That's about it.
So a decent set of headers.
This is what you need, dude.
What do I need?
3-liter Whipple boy.
We don't need to talk about why I need that. No one knows about that project, so we're not going to talk about it. So TR6060 is obviously better than a 256. Then you're saying, are they fourth gear 1-to-1 still?
Yes.
God, double overdrive in a drift car. You need a 630 rear gear in this thing. This thing on the highway at 80 in 6th gear is probably like
Great drift week car.
1600 RPM.
Yeah, probably.
So yeah, nice headers. I don't know what header those are.
I believe the headers, mounts, like the general swap kit, quote unquote, is all fueled racing. I believe.
Yeah, the header is nice.
Again, I didn't do a whole
Fit
lot.
nice.
I think if I remember this right, Brian started swapping most of it himself, and then was like, "Shit, I don't have time for this."
Yeah.
So then he kicked it down to MA,
Got it.
and I believe they did all the exhaust, the intake, the hard part stuff, and then it went somewhere else to get wired, and then Brian picked it up in a panic to go to Appalachia, I think.
Yeah, it didn't work out very well.
And yeah, so essentially he went up there and it didn't work because every time he pushed the clutch pedal in, it would ground and short the entire car out.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so anytime,
So
like,
definitely
I've
an
always been
oversight
very
somewhere.
against putting any sort of cabling behind your goddamn pedals.
Yeah.
Like, what are you, there's always a better way than running it behind the pedals.
Yeah. Something went wrong there.
So yeah, every time you push the clutch in, it would cut through the main battery feed and short the car out. Yeah. If you notice, when we let it down on the windshield, I have a line to check on my list.
Oh, okay.
Before
Cool.
it goes back.
So
to
Wise
Yeah.
tab front.
Yeah.
BC looks like off the shelf.
Yeah.
Front shocks.
Again, don't know.
Yeah, I mean the Wise tab stuff adds quite a bit of roll stiffness to it, so it's probably whatever. I don't know. It's
RT.
aluminum.
Nice 60/60s up front, dude. Sticky boys.
I saw those.
You love that?
That's your tire, dude. You and the Falcon. That's you, bro.
You see most of them on the door still. We started cleaning the door off,
Oh,
but the
yeah.
whole thing was covered in Falcon stickers from back then.
Big Falcon guy.
Yeah. There's some Maxxis MAZ1 stickers
Oh
on
yeah,
there,
dude. I found a set of those on some tires I had mounted, or wheel nut mounted. the
Oh,
other day.
actually,
I
come
was
check
like,
this out real quick.
Oh
Look at
man,
this.
what do we
Look
got?
at this on the wall right here. Move this big square. Watch your head.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
sick.
dude.
That's throwback.
Also, the throwback Elbird picture. No
Hell
big deal.
yeah. Hell yeah, Del Taco.
Yeah.
Love that. The Elbert. I love that.
Yep.
That's funny.
Little office deal.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yep. It works.
Yeah,
Everything's all me OCD nerded out.
Oh
and
yeah,
whatnot.
sick.
It's not. It's all
Very
dusty and shit,
organized.
but makes a difference.
Well, especially when you're working on stuff nonstop.
Yeah.
And you got to pull cars in and work on different cars and shuffle stuff around.
I try to really do one project at a time
Yeah.
and not get spread out because that's how mistakes happen. And
Yeah,
kinda
tell me how your
just-
customers work with that.
Most of them get it.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
I tell them up front. I'm like, I'm doing this start to finish.
Yeah,
This is my
don't even
window.
bring your car for 6 weeks.
Right. Or be like, you have to know it's gonna sit until I can do it all at once.
Right.
You know, or
Yeah, that's
like
better that
big
way.
chunks at a time. But
Yeah.
I'm not the one to like work on one car one day, put it out, bring another in, do another one. Like, nope, not playing that game.
I feel it.
It
The
is what
cow
it is.
hood, bro.
Yeah, you love it.
The
Yeah.
cow hood. That's
I
like
still have-
louvers, bro. It's like
I still have
louvers.
Eeyore from that car too.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, dude, Eeyore's right here.
Oh yeah, he used to hang off the back, dude. Your drift charm.
He's chilling.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's still sad about your cow hood.
Nah, he loved it.
So yeah, so Moroso pan, ATI game. What's the deal with the motor in this?
It's 6.2 of some sort.
Okay, aluminum.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, is it?
It looks iron. It could be painted.
I think it's painted. I think it's
Okay.
aluminum painted.
Okay.
Stock rack, stock location.
I was looking at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just painted.
Yep.
Oh, an accessory drive. What is?
I haven't looked at much of that.
Okay.
I don't even know what we got going on.
I have no idea.
F-body style, lower alternator, regular F-body pump. Yeah, it's all just F-body.
Got it.
Yeah.
A lot of the fab stuff's pretty nice on this thing. I guess MA probably did that.
Yeah, I'm
No
assuming
tie
that.
rod boots, bro. Put Boots on your tire rods.
Nah.
Jesus. Oh, these are cool too.
What's that? Yeah.
Those are cool. Except they kind of go to a spot that's sketchy on S chassis sometimes.
There's not a whole lot of strength in there.
Strength.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, big coolers. Oh yeah, you can tell.
What's up with the doorknob style banjo?
That's
on
an
there,
MA
bro.
thing.
Them things are huge.
That's an MA thing.
Huge.
They make all their own hoses in stock and so all this stuff is just super flexible and fits. Yeah, dude. Bricks.
Yeah.
Dang. Remember, I lost a set of bricks in your fender.
Kenny G, dude.
Kenny G up in the limousine.
Put that shit in spin cycle.
Dude, blew it.
Yeah.
More tie.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, those headers are 1 3/4. They're small.
No clue.
But at the what's it make? 500 maybe?
Something like that. Again, it just came here for wiring. I don't
Got
really
it.
know much
Got it.
about it other than, here, fix this. And I said, okay. So, yeah.
Excuse me, I'm dying. I'm tired.
Yeah, it's getting late.
It's getting late.
But
Yeah, all this stuff
Yep.
is super nice.
I did the wiring a
This
little
is
more
rated
on
R,
like,
bro. Whatever that is.
what's that?
Is that fueled racing?
Yeah. Yep.
Got it.
I keep thinking it's RSR.
Oh, the R is very similar.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, it's because we're old.
Yeah.
Or we've been in this for a while. We're
Yeah.
not old.
Yeah, both.
Same thing here.
Yep.
Oh, all of the steam fittings
That's right.
independently.
Yep.
Interesting. No
I'm
catch
waiting
can?
for you to see the interesting thing.
Oh,
I'm waiting for it.
you're waiting for it.
When,
Well,
we were talking about fuel rails.
What am I looking at? Is the stock one with a crossover? No.
Yeah, but keep.
It's little things welded.
Yeah. I ain't never seen that. I get it. It works. But I ain't never seen that.
But it's returnless, right?
Yeah.
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 That makes sense.
But still, I've never seen anyone do that.
This is cool. This little detent guy.
Yeah.
Each click is like 1 psi.
Yeah. I like that.
Dude,
a lot.
Radium makes such nice shit.
Big time.
And it's so cheap for what it is.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
They're crushing it.
Yeah, they're crushing it.
Yeah, I guess they had radium rails for this, but the injector height and what they ordered or something was different, so they didn't fit. So they had to make this to get it by. But yeah,
Yeah, so they just welded dash 8s onto the back.
yep, something
And,
like
and it's
that.
deadheaded.
Yep. Yep. No idea what.
Oh, no, it's not deadheaded.
It's a
is it?
Walbro 450. Yeah, it is, because there's no crossover other than this. So both get fed.
But this is the. Oh, yeah, okay. No, it's not deadheaded then. Because of return.
Oh, they're using this to feed
Yeah,
over.
for feed over. That's what I was saying. This is the feed over.
Yeah, I don't like that.
We were literally just talking about how
I
we
don't,
like
that,
that.
now. Yeah, I don't like that at all now.
That's what I was saying. This
Yeah.
is dead. It's not deadheaded.
For some reason, I thought that was okay. Cool, great.
Yeah.
Yep. Sure.
So this is the crossover pipe.
Yep.
But this right here is the same inner diameter as a dash 8 hose.
Sure, but you're just to a T-wall
Yeah.
and hoping it goes forward too.
Clearly it must.
Right.
Like we said.
Yeah, it works.
It works.
Yep. Yep.
Yep. I was looking at the catch can thing too. Just filters on the valve covers. I thought that you had to run.
No, because there is a catch can, but there's also a filter.
But it's only on one side?
It's from a valve. It's from the valley and the intake, and then this one from the valve cover's capped.
Oh, okay. I don't know what that. I thought you needed a lot of crankcase breather on LS stuff. Maybe not.
I just put them in fucking atmosphere, which I know there's ways you make a couple horsepowers if it's got the vacuum on the thing and whatever.
He just turns the boost up.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I
Yep,
keep
yep,
thinking
yep.
I want an LS, and then every time I look at one, I'm like, oh.
Did you look at that one?
Yeah. No, I'm not saying this is bad.
Right.
I'm just saying, like, I just, every time I drive an LS car, it's lame, and it doesn't feel like it makes good power. But maybe I haven't driven the right one yet. I don't know.
You say that a lot. I've heard
What?
that. I've heard that line a lot.
With the LS?
Yeah, maybe I just haven't driven the right one.
Yeah.
It's like, oh,
Maybe I just don't like them.
Right.
I don't know. I keep saying I want to build one because they're not expensive to build. But I'm like, I'd rather put a motor that like will rev to 8,000.
You can run one of these 8. You know how many rednecks are taking stock short blocks like that and spinning them to 8,000
Not
now?
drifting. This is the guy that had a 5,600 RPM rev limiter. For
No, that was Miro.
Oh, it was Miro.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was
Mistake.
Miro. 68.
Gong, gong, gong.
Nope.
I remember
6850
pulling
religiously
stumps out of
for
the
me.
ground. Okay.
Yeah, I had that MS3 cam back in the day, and
I
that thing
also-
would rail the limit.
I also had only one LS and it blew up
Yeah,
twice.
yeah.
I blew one up because an injector failed with my dual fed and dual return rail.
Yeah. What brand injectors?
IDs.
Really?
Yep. ID 1000s.
Huh. That's a bummer.
Yep.
Yeah.
Brand new.
That's just your luck, though.
I know.
Sad.
I know.
Sad. Oh, yeah. That's right here.
So this is cool though, and it's on Link.
Yep, Storm X,
Yep.
I believe. Not many outputs in that bad boy.
No. That's why I gotta use can lambda and all that stuff.
So this came from.
This is gold or root beer?
That's brown.
It's brown.
This
Okay,
came
just
from a
checking to
power
make sure
stud.
it's the same.
Power stood in the center under the dash, down under the clutch pedal. This is what was this was sparking and shit
The
under there.
main lead.
Bro, I didn't even drive this out of the trailer. We got the John Deere and
It
dragged
probably
it out.
just fell. Like it didn't get. It wasn't like it was routed that way.
It was routed that way with no zip ties. There was nothing under there to hold
Somebody
it where it was
forgot.
supposed to go.
Somebody rushed somebody to finish something probably.
I don't know.
So this car has heat. Wow.
Yeah, heater core, dude.
I like the little T.
I believe MA made that.
Interesting. It's cool. Oh wow! I just realized that it comes off the coolant tank like that.
Buddy, that was what was under the dash. So I don't know if it was a routing issue, my guy.
I don't know.
I mean-
I'm not gonna ask who wired it.
Nope.
Damn, this was like a really clean S13.
Oh yeah, big time.
The more
So
and more
that's
I look at that, everything on this car is like OE still and really clean.
Mhm.
Like
Well, that's why I tried
it's
to
even
do.
the drain
I tried to do the
on the
wiring.
firewall is
What's that?
still there. The drain on the firewall is still there.
Yeah.
I was just saying, like that's shit that's all been gone.
Right.
Check alignment. I
Yeah.
see it.
Yeah. Thermostat. Little list. Small list. But yeah, I tried to do the wiring in more of like a street car style where it's
Whoa,
kind
the
of
door panels.
clean and hidden and not like everywhere, but still with the race car aspect of like functionality.
Yeah.
So like the relay and shit that you need to get to for both fans is a leash one down there. The
Oh, I
relay.
see it. Yep.
I can get a light if you want.
Oh, it's got carpet too. Sick.
Yeah, not factory, some sort of aftermarket.
Yeah, it looks
lay-in
like a
deal.
felt type thing.
It was a HUD dash.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
What about
it
the
was.
glass?
What's that?
It's got the glass in it or no? The hood glass?
No. Oh no, they covered it up too with this lay-on panel thing.
Dang. Oh, he's got the same power switch as I have.
Yeah, I needed something small-ish to go to the dash.
That's
that
what's on
wasn't-
the Fox body.
Yeah, I saw it on the
Same
hood there. That wasn't going to be like obtrusive and gross.
Oh, cool.
Oh, sorry. So yeah, you can take that. And do
Yeah.
whatever you got.
So it's still got, well, some carpet, some aftermarket type scenario.
Yep. Yep.
Handbrake, full console. So yeah, this is very street car.
Mm-hmm.
These door panels look very heavy.
Yeah, I don't know.
What's going on at the bottom of the door panel over there? Does it roll the windows up?
Nope. I think at one point they did,
Oh, okay.
but I've got all stuff on the way to do the windows. It's just not going to be here in time. But
that's-
all the glass. And
That is
motors and
cool.
stuff
They
is
just
still in.
they basically put the switches in the door.
Mhm.
Interesting.
Yep.
Did he build this car a long time ago?
Yeah, this is. It was SR for a while.
Oh yeah, it's got the switch here too. Oh yeah, I wanted to buy his SR from him.
Yeah. And then Rich bought it and it blew up on the first day he drove it.
Okay, well that's good. I didn't buy it then. Whoa, the bash bar scenario. It's interesting. How it bolts into like a receiver.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did a little redundant ground job because I didn't know how good that was down in there.
That's how my car is too. I've ground that his battery's in the middle.
Yeah.
Ground to each strut tower.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there was no main fuse or anything in it. It was just that one battery lead up to the front.
Well, if it
Actually,
had a
that's not
main
true.
fuse, it would have blown the thing.
Right. It was two battery leads bolted together and then taped all up.
Cool.
Yeah.
Also, look at this relic on the wall, dude. XDC.
Yeah.
You know, I may have been out a two-time champion of that series, dude.
Okay. Yeah.
That was like the first real, like, pro spec.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
it
how
was
I
like
think
a
of it.
great legit pro am.
Yeah.
Back, like that and DMCC back then.
But it
like-
wasn't like, I don't,
For this
Pro
area.
Am, I don't consider as something that we had to travel all over the United States for.
Mm.
because we went to Canada, we went to Cali, we went to Florida, we went to Jersey. Like it was like just like FD, but just cheaper. Right. So like to me, it was like the first pro spec. Like I think I ran a whole season back then for like 15, 20 grand.
Oh, of XDC? Yeah.
And it was all travel costs.
Yeah. It was all East Coast too, though.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, no, because they count.
Oh, they actually. That's right. They did have. That's where they picked up Del Taco and all that.
Yeah.
But
still,
I didn't do those.
Yeah.
But
whenever you're showing up with your LS Cal Hood S13.
that's right. Dude,
the coupe then.
The only thing, right? Yeah, it was the coupe. Well, it was the hatch in the beginning because that got wrecked in Orlando. The CFRC. Yeah, that was a long drive back with
Chris Jackson.
Dude, a lot of people wrecked. I did. Jeff did. That guy. Who was the dude?
Yeah,
the like Swedish
S14.
or Norway guy.
Yuha.
Yes. Yeah. He
Yuha.
wrecked.
And so did Bill Stinger, like over the K around, drove up over it.
And that was after the second revision to the track because the first one was too dangerous.
To be fair, we were doing a quarter-mile run up straight to a flat wall. It was
to a box.
Sick.
It was something.
I was going so fast. I would leave the zone and I'd be like, oh, they're gone. They're in the wall. Like, fuck.
Yeah.
Every lap. I won like half my battles because people just wanted to shit up in the wall because I had no grip.
Right. It was
My
just
shit was trying to pull a wheel off the ground back in 2010.
It probably was.
It might have been.
Yeah. Doug Vanderbrink's over there like,
my door.
That was, dude,
He was so mad.
You were his nemesis.
All I had to do was
That
beat
was
him and I won the
bad.
championship. And I went across the finish line and just shoved his door in. And I didn't know this at the time until after, but they were carbon doors.
Yeah.
And
like
I just
2012.
Yeah, in like 2012, I just stuffed his door in, didn't give a shit about it. And he came over, he's like, why'd you have to do that? You already beat me. I'm like, and I was like young at the time. I was like,
you were probably still pulling up with the X5 and the open track.
I was
the tire machine,
smoking everybody, and then packing up. But I was like, I don't know. I thought we were drifting, and he was like so mad because he was probably 10 years older than me, maybe.
Oh, at least.
Nah, he wasn't that old. He was old to us then because we were 20.
Fair. Yeah.
But either way, yeah, he was so mad. And I think about that now, and I'm like, I didn't need to do that.
Pull up, not even run practice. He'd just go out and qualify and be like second or first and be like, all right, cool. And then just sit
Well, I
there
was
all
shoved.
day.
I only had 4 tires to win the event.
Or the car was already blown up and you'd pull off in the
No,
grass.
it was never broken back then. It was
Hyper fast, bro? You had head gasket or something gone. You'd pull up, make your run, pull in the grass, let it leak out everywhere, fill it up, make the run, pull over in the grass.
That might have been one motor, but I think I only went through one motor for the first 5 years.
It's still a core memory of this fucking dude. One run in the grass. One run in the grass.
I think I had something else going on. Was the car green or black then? Or purple?
Purple. Ask Elbert. He'll remember it. He knows.
I don't think it was blown up.
It wasn't blowing up. It was leaking bad. Like,
oh, yeah, that could have been. I thought you were saying
was still running.
Head gasket. It wasn't a head gasket. No,
it was something bad.
I ran the same motor in my car from 2010 all the way to 2009 all the way till 2014. 2 years of FD and
it would have been 13 because you cooked that one in Texas.
That was 14.
That was 13.
No, that was 14.
Nope. That was 13 because the coupe was purple.
No, it was 14 because I had the graffiti livery.
There's no way.
Yeah, it was.
I don't think it was 14.
It was. Yeah, because
I'll look it up later.
That was the precision jackhammer chassis that FIDA built. The gold chassis. Yes. That was my first motor. I don't
think it was.
That was the second motor, I mean.
I don't think it was.
I went all the way to 2014 with that motor.
I don't think FIDA was there. I think it was just me and Marshall and Joe.
Yeah, that would have been the new car. Marshall never worked on the old car.
Huh.
Yeah, it's
I don't think
2014.
it was 14.
Either way, it was like 4 or 5 years of the same motor.
Yeah.
It was like 500 wheel for a long
With
time.
the main studs that were an inch too short.
Right, but that was the wrong motor. That was the motor we put in there. Yeah, it was the wrong motor. Anyways, we're just rambling now. So cool.
I couldn't believe that.
You fixed the wiring in this car? It's going to be good.
Yeah.
Hop's going to make the
everything
drive.
works.
Hop's not going to be mad.
Right.
Hop's always mad.
Yeah. Did you see it? Like, you see the layout, dude? Shit's nice.
It looks nice.
Yeah.
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 Little bus terminals.
Yeah. Simple.
Yep. Power. big leads.
Mm-hmm.
This battery box looks like it's out of a forklift.
Yeah, I didn't do that. I said, hey, you want me to replace this or it
This is
works?
from an excavator, dude.
Probably. Yeah.
It looks like
He's
that.
like, yeah, I think that thing's been in there for like 15
I'm
years.
not hating.
I'm like, yeah, it looks like it.
I'm not hating. I'm
Right?
just saying.
It works. Works great.
Shit is.
It's all, yeah,
It's
shit's all there.
ain't going nowhere, dude.
Nope.
Look at that. Look at the new OE seals in this thing. Dude, I'm telling you, somebody spent some effort on this thing.
Well, that's why I did the wiring nice, like street cars, because I was like, he wants a nice car. Like, look at it.
Look at all this trim. It's
Right.
fucking perfect still.
Mm-hmm. It's got, dude, I did.
Maybe it breaking and having these little things, all it's trying to do is save itself for a couple more years. If he doesn't drive me, if Hop doesn't drive me, Hop drives like he's got cinder blocks as fists, dude.
Yeah, like,
Ooh, we got the arc panel up top, the black one.
yeah, dude. It's like, you know, the basic
Yeah,
interior light stuff.
yeah.
There's a trunk one, too.
Sick.
So it's like, if he's doing Appalachia stuff, you guys go to town at night or whatever, Haley's gonna get in. I got my phone, can't find
Yeah.
the phone, you know, turn the light on.
He really blew it. He handed me this to light it up.
Yeah,
I
I
could
didn't
have just
think
hit the
about it.
power, dude. Yeah, could have just hit the power. Yeah, this is the key. Always having the LED lights in there for working.
Yeah.
You need a couple underneath by the
Put
subframes too.
LEDs in the bricks up front, because I was like, man, these halogens are drawing like 20 amps. I was like, I'm not playing that game.
Dude.
Big, huge connector and whatnot. I'm not doing that.
In the bricks, bro.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you were talking about it still got heat and stuff? We got
Well,
the
I know it's
blower
right for the
over
lights.
Defrost?
OEM?
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah. Huge.
Does he got that vent?
Yeah, it comes, it's all out the windshield one.
Come on, I wanted the vent piece.
It was a heads-up display one too.
Shut up.
It was, yeah, it was.
Yo, if somebody has a heads-up display dash, let me know, please. S13. Thanks.
She needs one
I need one.
for her car. It'll never move.
Brian's probably gonna see it. He's gonna be like, I don't have one.
It's not. just speaking here. Just speaking.
Shut up.
Sick.
Yeah.
Nismo lug
Yeah,
nuts.
Oh.
What a flex, dude. That must have been the only thing that they had.
Dude, he'd be doing it.
Or you think he bought those?
He'd be doing it's got brakes on it. Like, he'd be doing it.
I mean, my missile car had bricks on it.
Well, yeah, but you're built different. So.
Had.
Right.
They're all gone.
Yeah.
Smashed so many bricks.
Tore up. Yep.
It's a new day.
Kinda.
We couldn't finish this last night. It was way too late. So it's daylight out. Adjust your exposure.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So we're loaded up. We're headed to Canada for LZ's YouTuber Olympics.
We're basically already in Canada.
Yeah, we are. Close enough.
Yeah.
So this is the work truck.
No.
Was the work truck.
Yeah, this was mine. Max Kimlin bought it. He came up, pick up one of his things or whatever. We went to lunch in it, and then he had to have it.
I gotta wonder if
So-
that's actually the right lug nut for that. I don't think
Nope.
so.
I mean, they work.
Are they tapered in there?
Yeah.
No, you made them tapered with,
No, they're
with
tapered.
the lug nut.
No, they're a tapered lug nut. They're just chrome, so they're cooler than the stock
No,
ones.
no, this is the wheel tapered.
No, that's what that plate's for, ding dong.
That makes it tapered?
Yeah. So the wheel centers on the hub.
That's legit.
Yeah. And then you have that little plate that has all the tapers. It holds it in there.
Because you wanted these kind of lug nuts?
No, they come factory with that plate.
Nuh-uh.
Yes.
So they have tapered lug nuts
The
from the factory.
the only thing that's not factory is the lug nut itself, but it's still the same taper as the stock ones. These are
Wow.
just chrome.
That's weird.
This guy, some things I'm surprised you don't know. You know?
Why do they not have a flanged lug nut like a normal fucking truck?
Nah, this is old, man.
What do you mean it's old?
It's old.
Every
Look at
old
it.
truck has flanged lug
Nah,
nuts.
you're shot. Well, some, yeah.
Little tires. You ain't loading that thing up.
No.
No.
Well, you got 4 of them back there.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
No,
Alright,
these
Ed, pop the
Lexani's
hood.
Brit, they're like $80 a piece.
All weather, dude.
Yeah.
This thing looks all weathered.
It's mighty dusty under there.
This
so
thing got
prepare
20
yourself.
strokes per minute, dude, or per
It's
inch.
got a little more than that.
I don't
Let's
know.
see if you can find it.
Chevy thing? Oh, is it in the grill, maybe?
No.
Oh, now you got me wanting to look. Oh, it just feels weird.
What'd she say?
Oh, you gotta pull it towards you. You gotta do the finger motion.
Yep.
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 Whoa! That's cool.
Yeah, the old PTR boy, dude.
Yeah, look at that.
But yeah, she
Is that covered or is that actually
No,
the
that's
shape
actual
of
carbon.
it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Ooh, he got the cat intake pipe here. Big boy.
One of the very few that actually has a filter.
You know, I might not know the fucking lug nuts, but
Yeah, true.
I did know this weird thing. This makes the coolest compressor surge noises.
Sometimes, yeah. This turbo
I don't know
does
why.
not make cool noises, unfortunately. It's really sad. The off-the-shelf
It's really sad.
kind of donkey S475 that it had before was like, sick
Yeah.
all the time, just whistling. And
That's
then that
cool.
thing's like, yeah, if you turn me up to 30, I'm gonna make some noises.
What fan is this?
C7. Well, it's
Is
essentially.
Be Cool or no?
What's that?
It's not a Be Cool?
No, that's from Vintage Air. So it's a
Oh,
Spall.
yeah, same company. Yeah,
Yeah, it's the
yeah.
Spall, same center and motor and everything as the C7
They just
stuff
put
I
it on
run.
their shroud.
But it's in this housing, yeah. Actually, that might be the bigger Camaro one. That might be the 800 or 850 watt Camaro one. Again, it's been a while. But it's
cool,
still,
though.
it's PWM, it's run off the Holly, all that stuff.
Yeah, it's cool.
Big radiator boy.
So, how big is this motor?
376, 6.2.
The valve covers actually.
Yeah, they tell you
So,
on there. Yeah, that's okay.
That
This
what is
is-
that? That's a 6.
2.
6.2.
Yeah.
You just said that.
Yep,
Yep.
it's all right. We're
It's early.
waking up. You haven't had coffee, you know.
Listen,
we're getting
man,
there.
don't choose violence very early in the morning.
Well, depends on who you are.
So, gas or ethanol in this?
Yeah, this is all just strictly pump.
Yeah.
Pump 93. This is one of the crate B15 motors, so factory rated to 15 pounds of boost. And we figure if the stock ones are
30.
rated for nothing, then this must be good to 30.
Yeah,
You know?
I agree.
Yeah, iron block, 6-bolt heads. Swapped out the valve train and the cam because the one that comes in it is very soft and basically limits you to like 680, 700 horse range.
Okay.
Just off the cam profile. So swap all that out. We have not been back to the dyno yet. We ran out of fuel on the other pump, made 780. Air motive 5.0 on this thing now on the frame, so it's very loud. Oh yeah. You thought the other one was
No
loud.
isolator. No.
Nah,
nothing.
dude, let her scream. Yep. But yeah, this
You know,
should
there's-
be.
Sometimes
Oh.
it works, but it's not the right way to do it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use your own
Yeah.
shit there.
You'll
So you
have
just
that.
is this like another intake, and then you just built this off of it?
What?
What was the reason to go into 4-inch and step in it here?
Just to not have a reducer coupler up here, which would have been longer
Got it.
and then made this even more difficult.
Look at how fancy that is, dude.
Yeah, I'd put a little notchy do in it.
Look at that. You weld this.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Big welder guy over here.
Yeah. Well, you know, good at
Big intercooler.
good at everything, not great at something.
The turbo mount is great. You need that so it doesn't crack off the manifold.
Oh, the brace? Yeah.
With T6 twin scroll or single scroll?
That one I believe is a single. But yeah, this whole iteration, like this original packaging in terms of manifolds and hot side, is what was in that old plow truck I had. Remember that extended
Yeah.
cab thing? So this is
Yeah.
like, this stuff is fucking old, man.
Yeah,
that was
super old.
You know, however many years ago. And it's just been changed slowly from there. So like it has this engine in it now. It had a regular LQ. Now I actually have my old race motor from the coupe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it had that in it, and then Max killed that by doing a 2-minute standing burnout, lifted both heads and
Checks
torched
out.
those. So
Checks out.
it got this. It's got a Jake's Stage 4 D3 trans brake trans in it. Big Circle D converter.
Big
Has
money.
a newer 14 bolt.
But you need the big trans in this because
Yeah,
it's
oh,
moving
yeah.
some weight.
Yeah.
Like the rear axle, wheel,
50
and tire combo is a bit heavy.
5180, I think, with me in it. Back when I had it.
That's pretty light, but like a majority of that is the rear axle, wheel, and tire.
Yeah.
Like, and the trans has
It's-
to spin that.
Right. So I mean, think about that, right? Making 780 through an auto and that rear end.
Yeah, it's 1,000.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's good. It's
But,
lower
yeah.
or no?
What's that?
Lower or no?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think it all came this way. So I got the truck originally as a roller from some dude at a hot rod shop in New Hampshire, and I think
Oh,
he said
it's got what do you call it?
shackles and
Shackles,
hangers.
yeah.
Yeah, and then the overloads pulled out.
And the the fucking traction bars, dude.
yeah, those are Tractor Supply specials, dude.
Yeah, I was looking at that because they got the
Top
lockers
links.
on.
Yeah, dude, top links. Let's
Jesus,
go.
those have got to clunk around a bit.
No. Everyone said that they're gonna wear out right away. They've been dialed.
Well, I don't mean that. I just mean they're like tractor pieces.
This guy doesn't think tractors are strong enough.
No, that's not what
People
I said.
just don't get it.
I just said they rattle. All those joints on my tractor are wrecked.
Well,
because I'm pushing tons of shit with a tiny little tractor.
Yeah, your tractor ain't built different.
It isn't. It is built for not what I'm doing with it.
Yeah, it used to have like a radium surge tank in the toolbox and everything.
Yeah.
But that didn't keep up, so now we had to go change all the fuel stuff. So there's not really much cool in
It's
the
crazy
toolbox
how that
now.
works. Like, just have you need to really just buy a big pump when it comes to this stuff.
Yeah, if you want to make over like 7, you gotta just put a hog in there.
Yeah, the radium stuff works if you have the like triple pump set
Right.
up.
This was just one of their singles.
Yeah.
With the built-in regulator and stuff
And
on it. So
those style pumps, like just this regular cylinder, like in-tank style pumps, even the 450s are smoked at like 700 on
Exactly.
on ethanol.
Yep.
So,
Yep. Yeah, it's not bad. I mean,
You just need multiple pumps.
it's got nice interior in it that I paid way too much for off eBay.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that this stuff's getting expensive.
Yeah, it's starting to.
Crankers, dude.
Yep.
Yep.
Buttons on the wheel, so you don't need a zipper. You know.
Yep. What do the buttons do? Trans brake?
Trans brake, yeah. Trans brake, action, and then bump.
Got it.
And then there's a toggle. So the shitty part with the trans brake, right? Is, huh?
What's this guy do?
That's what I'm getting at, dog.
Okay.
So the pain in the ass part with a trans brake, if you want to back up, you got to activate the brake. So you got to hold the button, but if you're trying to back into a parking spot, it's a real pain.
Is
So
that
I
where
set
the
this up with dual throw pole, whatever switch you do. So when you switch it to the R side, that basically just turns the trans brake on. So
Got
you don't
it.
have to hold the button.
Got
In the middle, it does nothing, and then to the left on button, you have to use the button to enable the brake.
Got it.
So with the switch in the middle going down the road, if you accidentally bump one of the buttons, it's not going to try to engage reverse and blow everything apart.
Got it.
So
Look at that
way
radio.
also- what's that?
That radio. It's old school, bro.
Works.
It takes a CD still.
I know. It's kind of cool.
It's legit.
Yep.
I know. I was trying to find an Alpine CD player from '96 for my M3
God,
because it's
yeah.
'96.
Yeah.
There's a market for that shit.
Yeah,
Bro,
they pay big bucks for it.
$800 for an Alpine CD player from 1996.
That's almost-
$800.
Yeah, you got to have some serious nostalgia for that.
I know. I didn't buy it.
Right.
I bought a new OEM one and I cut the back of the thing off where the CD player used to plug in. I put a Bluetooth dongle in there. So now when you go to CD, it plays Bluetooth. And the little dongle makes it so that it shows the track that's playing on the LED screen from the 90s, bro.
Now you got me.
Sick.
That's kind of cool.
Cool,
Yeah.
right?
That's kind of cool.
Really crazy. I'm sitting in there and I install the radio. This is story time now.
Yep.
I install the radio. I plug it in. Chelsea's walking in. The first song that plays on the radio is our wedding song.
Cool.
Big energy there.
Yep.
Weird.
Meant to be.
Could have been anything.
Well, yeah.
Hit
Meant to
eject.
be.
It was the CD. The guy had made a mix, and that was the first song on the CD.
Damn. That's pretty cool.
Woo! Man, I was like, damn.
Destiny right there.
It is.
Yep.
I was meant to have that radio, not the Alpine. That was $800 ripoff. All right, well.
You don't know. Who knows what could have
Can we
been in that
drive this
Alpine?
thing? Does it run?
Yeah. We can go
Go
around the
for
block.
it?
Yeah.
All right, warm it up. Let's see how it goes. Shout out to Max.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Shout out to Mac there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We're cruising, bro.
Oh, yeah.
It probably gets better gas mileage than the original one, too. Still, too.
Yeah. I don't know what it had in it originally, if it was a diesel or a 454 or what, because it was just a roller when I got it.
The van will tell you on the door. It'll say diesel or not.
I don't know if that's still there.
Maybe the fuel filler.
That's true. It was a gas with cup holder.
Oh, look at that, dude.
The sickest cup holder.
Look at that. It lifts up. That was totally unnecessary to do, but they did it anyway.
Well, we got 4 cup holders in case.
Yeah. Well, these are for the beers,
Right.
and these are for the waters.
Or milkshake.
Milkshake. Yeah.
Milkshake machine broken, dude. Vern's gonna love this
Vern's gonna love that, dude. The workers' comp ones, dude.
one. We can do a little low boost motor right here.
Oh, let's see it. Let's see it. Jesus Christ.
That's low. That's 8 or 9 pounds on the gate.
Dude, the thing is, it's a dually,
Yeah.
and it shouldn't be doing that.
Right.
This thing do a burnout?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She dancing, bud. I mean, that's kind of like having a 450 rear tire on there. It's two 225s,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah. 235.
Ooh, 370 or 470 mil.
Right, that one's
It's gonna look like somebody locked their trailer brakes up back there. Jesus.
We hooked until about like 70 when it
Oh,
really
you
came
banged
to it.
the gear in the middle of it too.
Yeah.
Or it banged the gear.
Yeah.
Jesus. That's definitely 1,000 crank all day.
Oh, easy. Yeah.
7,000 RPM banging gears and it doesn't even drop RPM again. It just keeps blowing the tires off.
Bro, this thing wants to turn RPM too, which is crazy.
It digs hard. Like it's spinning the tire and it's going still.
You know,
It's the tractor supply.
That's right, baby.
The tractor supply links.
It's some top links doing work.
Dude. This is his pop. Elbird's truck. He's been supporting the drifting since the beginning. I don't even know if he really likes drifting.
He watches every FD live
Does
stream.
he like drifting?
Yeah, he gets
Okay.
grumpy about it like we do, but
Yeah.
you know,
Okay.
he's like just fucking straight and rules bullshit.
Oh yeah. He's
I'm
fully
like,
torqued
yeah.
all the time. I love it. Look at this thing. It's like a time warp. This is his daily driver.
It's pretty sweet.
The old Chevys are cool, dude. They're not as cool as OBS Fords, but they're pretty cool. What are you doing with that? You got the fast pump on there or what, dude? This definitely has some sort of engine swap, just because I know them. Look, I've opened a hood on a Chevy once, so now I know where
That's
it's
true.
at.
You know what's going on?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Look at with the vintage style valve covers.
Yeah, he had to have those. Like,
I like
bad.
that.
Had to have them. Yep. Simple Holly Terminator 6.2. This is my old race motor, kind of, quote unquote, from the E46. Remember the 6.2 jobby?
Yeah.
So yeah, 6.2 pistons, rods, ARP hardware, whatever. It's all built for a
You
blower.
got wrinkle bat black this.
Yeah. Well, he wants a factory intake box over there.
Cool.
And then
Cool.
plumb it over to that. So we're not doing anything more than that. That was just to get it so you could drive it around.
Is it going in the fender, the stock
Yeah,
box?
he wants to find, but he can't. They're super hard to get. 96 through 98, so late GMT 400 6.5 diesel box. So if anyone has one of those,
Oh, because it's 4-inch inlet.
it's
probably.
4-inch and it's got a different design, but it sits in there and it uses that same fender opening.
That's got to be pretty easy to find.
No, because it's the last like 2 years of
What about
that
the
model.
Tahoe? Did that come with it too?
No, only the
6.5
diesel. So like
no,
the
but
truck
that
and the
came
Suburban.
diesel. Did you know that?
Well, okay, find Tahoe diesel one.
No, but I'm just saying. I see those more often
Then
getting
grab
parted.
one.
Yeah.
Grab me a box, brother.
I'll keep an eye out. Facebook Finder.
Yep.
Yeah, this looks
just a
cool.
little
This
cruiser.
looks probably great.
So
It's
actually,
like puts new life into an old truck.
yeah, this radiator, fans, and this top plate are from the dually over there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What fans are these?
Those are stock Silverado from the next generation, so GMT 800.
They're they're not brushless.
No, they're traditional.
They're just flip motor.
Yeah, relays and stuff are over here. I don't know what he got this box from. Probably the hardware store to cover up his relays and whatever. But it works great. Looks kind of stockish.
Intermatic.
Yep.
I feel like that's the thing that covers like the little thing on like a hot tub. The timer.
Probably, yeah. Yep.
Looks stock though.
Right.
That's sick.
Yep. Basic 4L80.
Swap all the things.
Yeah. Try to.
Oh my god, that was amazing.
Yeah.
It dropped like lockdown's so simple. It's the little things, dude. That sounds more like what's happening. Oh yeah, you can smell the alcohol on that thing, dude.
Or Tanner can do it.
I was just, you just stole my move.
Ah, he was gonna do it. He was gonna do it.
We're done.
Bam.